I want to give a memorial for someone. A funeral.
Oh, here comes.
Okay.
Oh, I like
Bruiser.
it.
Nah,
Bruiser.
let him get it.
I'm gonna wait for Early to get here because we gotta wait. When Early gets here, we do have to have a really big conversation. I think I might have cursed a team in the NFL after opening up Pandora's box. I've opened up Pandora's box and it is gone really bad since then. But before we get into that, shout out to our gold members, Cobra, Son of Radis, Comatose in the Clutch, Avion Plumber. I apologize. I have not been shouting y'all out like I was supposed to. So got to get back to doing that, making sure y'all in the mix. Welcome to another episode of the Press Box. We got a few others coming in shortly. We got Random, Medell, Jalen, and Cruiser in the mix. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's up, big dog?
Chilling.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I don't know if this is going to be a topic or anything, but I feel like I need to say it right from jump.
Go ahead. Set the tone.
Rest in peace, Minnesota Vikings.
It's saying that anyway.
Nah. It's about to go on a little. I think they was about to go on a little run.
It's about to go on a little run, bro.
Yeah, like Kirk was having.
Because the Packers are terrible, the Bears are terrible. They could have went on a real run.
I'm saying they performed so well against the at the time, three best teams in the NFL with the Chiefs, Eagles, and Niners. They won again. Now they're even out. They were about to go on a run, like J-Rob said. The schedule was going to get easier. And Kirk Cousins might have a season-ending injury. He was having.
Oh no, he tore his.
Achilles. So I was like, that is so unfortunate because Addison was cooking. When Jefferson came back, it was going to be Addison Jefferson. Oh my God, bro! The defense was finally cooking. The O-line was finally blocking. Like, it's crazy. That's so unfortunate.
You know what? To add on to that, let's have another funeral. We're going to do another one. Get the Niners out of here. Get that fraud Brock Purdy out of here. Get Christian McCaffrey out of here.
You have to wait. You have to
wait.
Bro, we ain't going there, bro.
Early here when this happens.
Hey, Jalen. I bet you had the Bengals out of there right at the beginning of the year.
I'm Joe Shiesty. I am the Joe Shiesty hype.
You're muted,
I'm not going to get involved in that. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about, because that is not the topic at hand, we're going to chill for now. Jalen, we are going to get into that. It's going to be a conversation, I promise you. But let's just start with Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, because what a blow it is for this team. I think, one, the way they weathered all the allegations of them tanking for Caleb, still saying to the media that they were in it. They were not thinking about collapsing the season. I thought after the 49ers game, and they obviously won this past weekend, after them two games, the Vikings could have really made a legitimate play for a spot in the playoffs this year if they would have had Kirk. One, just because the division is pretty slight. I mean, the Packers, I don't really know what I'm watching with that team. I mean, it is actually more embarrassing than I thought it would be. And then obviously the Chicago Bears are the Chicago Bears. So the Vikings had a lot of potential going into this next stretch of games. But with Kirk Cousins, if I am the Minnesota Vikings, what is my plan going forward?
I'm gonna start. Obviously, people know I'm the Kirk guy. I've been preaching Kirk before this season. He cooked all year. Second in touchdowns, second in passing yards, over 100 quarterback rating. Like, if you're talking about play this year, he's playing like a top 5, arguably top 3 quarterback. I'm gonna say arguably a top 3 quarterback this year. But with that said, the Vikings are in an interesting position because, like, yes, Kirk is going into free agency. I doubt they'll have a early enough pick, even with this rookie who I don't really know anything about that's about to come in to get like a high-end prospect. Like, I don't think they'll get Penix. I don't think they'll get May. I don't think they'll get Caleb. So if I'm the Vikings personally, I would re-sign Kirk because Justin Jefferson also noted that he does want to play with Kirk Cousins, and we see why. Jordan Addison has rapport with Kirk Cousins. TJ Hawkinson has rapport with Kirk Cousins. I would shore up this team, offensive line potentially in the first round, or a defensive playmaker in the first round, and run it back next year. That's what I would do if I'm the Minnesota Vikings. Even adding Cam Akers with the 1-2 punch, because I don't think Madison's that good, but that 1-2 punch was good enough to make the running back game respectable, to open up the play action. So Vikings need to re-sign him, maybe a team-friendly deal. I think Kirk would be okay with that. He already got his money. He already got his bread. And they're going to run it back. They got to run it back. That's what I'm going to say.
No, they do not. No, they do not. first things first. You're not getting Kirk until at least the middle of the season now. That's what you're not getting.
True.
You're not. And then second of all, that defense is still bad. You can say it's playing better, but it's still bad. Look at it now. Riddell, look at the hierarchy of the NFC. Let's just say Kirk is healthy. They're not winning the division. I don't think so. They're not winning their division. They're not going to.
I don't know why.
Let me finish, Riddell. I'll let you finish.
You dressed me. I'm just responding, my boy. I'm just saying.
So look at that. Are they better than the Seahawks? I don't think so. Maybe they're the 7th seed and they lose in the first round. So we continue the same thing that we've learned about Kirk Cousins forever. You can say, "Oh, they played well against the 3 of the best teams in the league." Okay, they went 1-2. Congratulations. We're sitting there. If they re-sign Kirk, you saying team-friendly deal, all this and that. I don't see why you run it back again when you still have the same problems. You have no running game. You still have no running game. You can say Cam Akers all you want. You have no running game. All right. You still have to pay Jettas, which means and you still have to play Jettas because his time is up. And Kirk Cousins is just not good enough to take you where you want to go. So if you want to sign him again, you can still trade up and go get a quarterback. Right now, I think you guys will be good enough to get a top-end quarterback prospect. You got 4 wins on the season, right? 4 wins?
4.
Yeah. Okay, how many more games you still win? You're still going to probably have a top 10 pick.
They
If
can
not,
beat
you
the
be
Packers
top
again,
15.
and they can beat the Bears again. So that's
Yeah,
7
okay.
games. They might win
Okay.
7 games.
Okay, so you win 7 games. You're still going to be maybe top 15, 18 at the lowest, and then you just trade up. You have assets to trade. You can trade up and still go get a quarterback. You act like people just haven't traded up before. The Vikings are in a horrible situation, but if they're smart now that they have this thing, it's unfortunate. Tank and get a good prospect.
I'm
Get a
be
good
honest,
prospect and just start over.
What you're saying doesn't even make sense. Like,
How does it not
you
make
said
sense? Teams
the
have done
Vikings
that
have
forever.
a bad defense. The Vikings have a bad run game. So let's trade assets to go up in the draft. How does that make sense?
Because
How
you
about
could
instead,
potentially get a
you already have a
generational
good
prospect.
quarterback.
If Michael
You
Penix is
already
there,
have a
you
good
trade up for
quarterback.
him, Riddell. If
You
Michael Penix is there, you trade up for him.
Add pieces with you already have a good quarterback. How about you add pieces to make that team better? How about that? How about that as your solution?
Riddell has no
wasting assets.
Riddell.
Draft
So no
with
team that has
May or
ever had a
Penix
bad
anyway.
defense ever traded up to go get a quarterback. No team has ever done that, Riddell.
What?
Has any team in NFL history going into the draft? Oh my God, we have a bad defense, but there's this potential generational quarterback that could change our franchise.
Who
have they never traded up?
I think a lot of
The
teams.
I can use it as a bad example. The 49ers did that, but before that, the Chiefs did that. The Chiefs trade up to go get Mahomes.
Nobody knew Mahomes before he got drafted. Let's not kid ourselves.
Well, they got
but he's
Mahomes
still
at 15.
Yeah,
I think they got him
the
at
Bears
10.
get Mitchell Trubisky. They weren't very good either.
Yeah, and they got Mitchell Trubisky.
I think a lot of people prioritize getting a generational quarterback. That's the number one.
Yeah, you're going to prioritize the quarterback every time. Every single time.
Whether you have a bad defense or not, you're going to get the quarterback.
You need a quarterback. You can't win without one.
Yeah.
You can't win without one.
That's why.
But they do have one. That's my thing. They already have.
Once again, at best, you're getting him in the middle of the season. You have no idea how he's going to respond to that injury. You're getting him at the middle of the season. So what? Now you're going to go try and get a stopgap quarterback. Maybe you're going to go try and get a Jacoby Brissett or a Taylor Heineke. They
can still draft a quarterback, but they don't need to trade up to draft a quarterback. They can draft
Michael Penix.
If
you have a chance to get Michael Penix and you're at 11 and you know he's going to go at 8, you're going to try your best to get up there to go get him. If you have a chance.
I think he would fall to 8 because I probably think, unfortunately, because of his injury history, I think the JJ McCarthy's and the Quinn Ewers of the world are probably going to go ahead of him. So he would fall. I mean, ultimately, I personally think. Well, let me let Jalen and Cruiser go. What do y'all think?
Yeah,
what should they go do going forward?
I think Minnesota's in a unique position to be in a win-win in the sense. I think because of the injury to Kirk Cousins now and at his age, he might go for less than $40 million this season, which is what he was probably going to get after. So if they can sign him and draft a quarterback, and you get Justin Jefferson back, because look, the offensive weapons on the team. Justin Jefferson's a generational wide receiver. We know that. But even the secondary, Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, they got pieces. They got an offense that's ready to go. So you get Kirk Cousins back for the season. You draft a quarterback. And then you give Kirk another year or two. If he's good, you rock with him and you can develop your quarterback. If he's bad, you get the quarterback that you draft and you develop him. So I think you do both. You sign Kirk, you draft the quarterback, and just kind of run it back. Because I do think this team is good enough with Kirk to make the playoffs. And once you're in the playoffs, anything, especially in NFL, anything happens. Kirk can have that 4-touchdown game and win you a playoff game.
He's never
and I think get you
even
to a Super
has
Bowl.
even won a playoff game. Has Kirk Cousins won a playoff game? You're asking me to
100%.
go
Oh,
against.
that's fine. He hasn't won a playoff game.
You're
but I don't
asking
think
me
it's
to
all on
believe
him,
against
though.
something he's shown us his entire career he can't do. But
The
now
way
Riddell's
he's
over
been
there
playing?
breathing hard, and I'm just showing you that's the history. The same way you get mad at us bringing up the primetime history. That's what he's shown us. So I'm just going off what he's shown us.
Okay, but what he's shown us this year so far is he's a top 5 quarterback. This season, he's been a top 5 quarterback.
Top
You
five
can make
is
the
crazy.
case. You can make the
Top
case he
five is
played like a
crazy.
top
You're
5
not-
Top 5 quarterback.
Top
You can
5
make the
quarterback
case
is
he played
crazy.
He played like a top 5 quarterback. He's played like a top 5
You're
quarterback.
still not taking.
I
You're
mean,
still
the
taking
numbers
5
are there,
quarterbacks
the
over
results
him.
are there.
Top five.
Despite what he's
He's
showing
not
you, you're
top
still
five.
taking
Not
5
top
quarterbacks
five.
ahead of him right now. You still are,
Yeah.
despite what he's
Yeah,
showing you.
yeah. Let's say he's not.
I mean, that's fair. I just think he's played good enough and well enough this season that he would give you a shot to win any playoff game against any team. That's how good
I
he's
agree.
been.
Well, I mean, he gives you a shot, but there's no guarantees. You haven't out to Random's point. Well, Cruiser, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
I think, to me, I'm gonna start with a defense. I think this Brian Flores first year there, over the last 3 weeks, probably I ain't like the first game versus the Eagles, how they let the Eagles run against them. But I think over the last 3 weeks, the defense been playing. Brian Flores done got them boys kind of playing hard, got them playing fast. So I like the way their defense been moving the last 3 weeks, I would say.
Mhm.
So and we know how this goes. If you do the way Kirk Cousins been playing this year, we know it's played. We ain't gonna get into how he been on prime time. But
Yeah.
we ain't gonna get into that. But how he's been playing, and I think with the Justin Jefferson going down, you always gonna be better without Justin Jefferson. But I think it's forced Kirk Cousins to have to look at other guys, and they found some other guys that could probably help them. That's gonna speed up their development. So then you go get Cam Akers, and the way Cam Akers been running lately, he look like he rejuvenated. So I say bring Kirk Cousins back, draft the quarterback in the middle of the pack to see where y'all at, and let him sit behind Kirk for a year. That's what I would think, and then see how it goes. Because right now, outside of, let's be real, like I like the quarterbacks coming out, but are they quarterback that's coming out really gonna change something next year for them off rip?
Mm-hmm.
Do we really see, like, you see what I'm saying, J-Rob? Like,
No, I get it.
Coming out that we like him, but we like Michael Penix Jr. But is he really gonna change?
I mean, he's probably the most pro-ready of the group,
You know what I mean?
outside of Caleb.
What you think of old boy? Don't get me wrong.
Drake
For me,
May?
I think the one more pro ready is a Notre Dame quarterback. Pro ready.
Hartman.
Hartman.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna go first round.
Yeah, he ain't. But that's the one that might get a little luckier.
Yeah,
than
I
the
agree
other
with
guys.
that, actually.
I think the other guys might get thrown out there, so they're gonna look worse. I think
I
the
could agree
ones
with
like
Sam
Hartman
Hartman,
gonna
too.
get a better draft, better location. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? So he
Yeah, I
might
agree
look
with that.
better at first. You see what I'm saying? Something like a Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
He gonna fall into a Brock Purdy situation, I think.
So for me personally, I don't think this is one of those clear indications to just go ahead and run it back. Personally, just because regardless of how good Kirk has been statistically, because that's really what y'all making your money on is the numbers that he puts up. And he's played well. He's played well in games. I'm not about to say, but they've been in just as much as he's been in winning efforts. He's been in a lot of losing ones as well. So it goes hand in hand. Now, the reason why I say you don't just guarantee running it back for really 3 reasons. One, you got to remember he's entering free agency. There may be other team out there that's looking for a quarterback that may value Kirk Cousins a little bit higher than what you value him in Minnesota. And what does that lead potentially? A bidding war. You don't want to find yourself in a situation where you're paying $50 million a year for Kirk Cousins. As good as he's been, especially on this, how old is he now? 30, what is he, 33? 35. So
he's 35.
35. So the money part of it, the money part of it could be potentially you can find yourself in a bad situation. Because, like, for example, what if the Falcons are like, yo, we need a quarterback. Let's go get Kirk Cousins. We got all these young weapons. Let's go get Kirk Cousins. Let's break the bank to go get Kirk Cousins. Let's hone in on this window right now. Let's say maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they may be looking to upgrade that quarterback from Baker Mayfield. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other teams that may be in the mix for Kirk. So that's one. I don't think you want to find yourself in a bidding war. 2, you still need to look for the next decade of your franchise. And Kirk Cousins not playing for another decade. No. So you need to figure out in the future whether that means keeping Kirk and stashing a guy. That could be a certain situation. But I do think you need to look towards the future. And ultimately, you're not getting Kirk Cousins to the back end, to the middle of next season. So because of that, what if you're off to a horrible start? You get off to a horrible start. You end up not using Kirk Cousins that year because there's no point. Y'all 0-6, 0-7, 1 or whatever. You go back into the next season. He's a year older. He's almost 35. How many more prime years you got of Kirk Cousins? So I think the Vikings are kind of at a crossroads because you can go all in on Kirk running back, but you also need to be ready for how he comes back after his injury. Is he still going to be the same guy? Listen, 35 years old, it's not easy to come back from this type of injury. It's just not at this stage in his career. So these are things you got to really weigh all the options if I'm the Vikings. So it's like I would love to re-sign Kirk if you think in the next 2 years you can compete for a Super Bowl. But if you don't think in the next 2 to 3 years you can win a Super Bowl, I don't see a situation where you just make it your goal to bring back Kirk. I think you got to, in some ways, look towards the future.
Even looking at the rest of their schedule.
The Vikings will be here post Kirk Cousins. They still got to play football.
Even looking at the rest of their schedule, J-Rob, maybe they could win two more games. Maybe. But from what you saw with what's the name? What's the backup quarterback? Jaron Hall?
I don't think.
From what we saw from his time in, did that inspire any confidence at all? They have to go to Atlanta next, which could be a loss, especially if the Falcons stick with Taylor Heineke, because we saw a market improvement once Taylor Heineke got in the game was running that offense. They got to go to New Orleans is coming to them. Then they got to go to Denver, Chicago. Okay, I can give you that one. The Raiders. Okay, I give you that. But then you're going to lose to the Bengals. You're going to lose to Detroit, Green Bay, I guess. And then you're gonna lose to Detroit again.
You're talking about
not gonna lie, the only teams that I'm like
talking about what the Vikings should do going into the offseason. Should they re-sign Kirk or look into the future because
they should low-key tank.
Achilles is a big. He's 33 years old. So
I want to
35
before
35.
He's 35. He's 35 years old.
Yeah, he's
He's 35. This could be. We could never see
my whole.
Yeah, this could be the end of Kirk Cousins as we know him.
I thought y'all said he was 33. I don't know why
he's
my
35.
head up.
This could be the end of Kirk Cousins as we know him.
It's been how long Kirk been in the league? 12 years that quick?
He's been
in the league for a while.
He was RG3 backup, I think.
Bro, he's
RG3
back
draft.
draft, bro.
RG3 35 too? God,
yes.
I want to preface.
No. He's older than RG3 because
they came in the same draft though.
Yeah, but RG3 was. I think Kirk was like a fifth-year senior when he got drafted
from Michigan State.
You know what I'm saying? I remember Kirk Cousins as a kid. I remember his whole Michigan State career as a kid, bro. He was there for a grip.
I want to preface that I said.
Facts, though, he really was.
Yes, although I think they can, obviously, if Kirk is healthy, that they can run it back with like shoring up free agency, draft picks, getting some talent around the roster. But I also want to say that, one, I am completely for drafting quarterback depending on what spot they get. My issue with what Random said, he said waste assets to go up in the draft. I don't think they should do that. But if there's a quarterback that is available, draft it. I'm fine with a quarterback, especially like sitting behind Kirk if he's healthy. If he's not healthy, then play him. And I will also say this: if there's a bidding war for Kirk and it's like 40, maybe even 30, the Vikings might not just need to let him go, because I don't think any team is gonna
biting a bullet on that. Yeah, like you gotta. Do you really want to eat that money for 2 seasons? Like,
if they get
I think Kirk will take a team-friendly contract. That's what I personally because
but what I'm saying is, you don't know what
he did his previous contract, not this one.
But you don't know what he's valued at for other organizations, and that's the issue. Because some guys may be thinking to stash Kirk for themselves. Like, shit, if I'm the Falcons, maybe they thinking, listen, we'll go throughout the year with Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder for the first 2 games. We'll steal a few wins, find themselves in the middle of the year, get Kirk on the back end, and, we'll be where we'll be. So
how the trade go?
I see what you're saying.
But I'm not trading assets. I'm
Cruiser.
not giving up assets
when
to go up in the draft, especially if we're in a situation where we might just have 4 wins for the year. We may not win another game. I'm not. I'll be fine. If they win 4 games for the whole year, they'll have a top 5.
Yeah, they'll have a top 5 pick.
6, 7.
But my thing, let's just say they win 3 more games. If you have the 10th pick and you got your scouts, you go and they love Michael.
You'll
Penix.
be able to get Penix at 10, bro.
I'm just saying. Obviously, this is contingent on maybe Penix is a little higher.
And I'm
rated
just
in the
saying that
thing.
you're not gonna have to trade up to get Penix because that's what
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, bro. You can get Michael Penix in the late second round. I mean, early second round.
Nah, he'll probably go. I don't think he's getting
not a
out of the
second round
first,
quarterback, Trent.
He's
not a second round quarterback.
No, it's about his injury history. No, his injury
You
history is
think
bad.
if
But I
you
just
think
don't
Michael
see.
Penix is going top 10, you're nuts.
I never said
I don't
that.
think
I never
he's
said that.
No, he was saying about trading up to get assets, and I was just saying to really say like, bro, you're probably not going to have to trade up to get Michael Penix.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
you
saying?
don't
Like because of his injury history, I probably see him honestly going like if like between for me, my opinion, like not even 15, like 18 to 32. Like I think he's
18,
somewhere in that range.
like 18,
and I
like,
think a team might trade. I think a team will trade back into the first round. Like go back a few spaces, knowing that they
Trent. I was only
Penix.
using Michael Penix as an example, but if the Vikings fall in love with Drake May,
can I say one thing to Penix's defense? If his physicals go great,
if they go great, he'll be
different. If his physicals look good going into the draft, he might go 15, top 15, just because
I'm telling you,
people are
seen
gonna.
it before, Riddell. You've seen it before.
No, I don't care. Trading up for a quarterback makes no sense for the
because you know what I'm saying is like a guy they got to.
How does it make no sense?
Like sometimes they just gonna be like, all right, let's go for it
the next decade and a half. How does that make no sense?
They can get another quarterback.
I think the Seahawks should go draft him in the first.
J-Rob, we've had the conversation about this draft class, how it has a slew of quarterbacks.
Facts.
I don't see why there is an absolute need for the Vikings in Random's case to trade up for a quarterback when
they
like
the quarterback. You've seen that before. If they really love a quarterback, they trade up to make sure that they can secure his services. Y'all act like y'all never seen that before.
No, you're not saying that. I'm saying no, but we're saying because of the amount of quarterback talent, I don't think there'll be a situation where the Vikings will be trading up. Because I think they'll have whatever quarterback they want, potentially, they're not going to get Caleb, so they can cross him out. They're not going to get Drake May. But you'll have between Quinn, J.J. McCarthy, Penix Jr., and Jaden Daniels. That'll probably be your next four. And I think you got to kind of pick from that. You know, Jaden Daniels has a good opportunity these next few weeks to shoot up somebody's draft board. The numbers look great.
Boy, he's going to shoot up, bro.
He's going to shoot up. He beat Bama this week. Bro. He's going to be first round consideration because he has the arm talent. He has the mobility. And he's throwing the ball at an elite level. People forget his first year at Arizona State, he was first team All-American as a freshman, not for freshman All-American out of Arizona State. Like he was good. They just bad program.
They've been talking about he creeping up in the Heisman right now.
He is.
As he should. You knock off Alabama. You only have one loss in the SEC for real.
Yeah.
Going into Georgia at the SEC. So
if we're looking at the elite quarterbacks now, a lot of them weren't like early top 10 picks. Like Lamar Jackson was the final pick in the draft.
32nd. And they traded back into the first to get Lamar.
Jalen Hurts, when was he drafted? Second round. The Vikings don't need to be so desperate to get a quarterback and trade up for a quarterback.
Especially with
I've said what I said. There's no need to explain it. I've already said it. Y'all just not listening to what I
No, it's dumb.
You can say it's dumb, but y'all act
I don't think it's dumb. I don't think it's dumb.
Y'all act like you've never seen a team fall in love with a quarterback and then they go up and go get him, which is dumb.
That's definitely realistic. That's definitely realistic. That's definitely realistic. But all I'm saying is I don't know if they are going to have to do that because what I'm saying is, let's say the guy they're in love with is Penix Jr. I don't know if you're going to have to trade down again. But I think if the guy you're in love with is Jaden Daniels and he's shooting up draft boards, he might be a guy that you may have to trade up for because you'll wait till 10, but you wait till he gets to 10, 11, but at 7 he might be gone. So now I don't think you're wrong at all. I just think there's so much talent that you may find yourself in a good space. But ultimately, too, the Vikings could very much so not win another game this year and have the 5th pick in the draft. And I think you get like the 5th pick in the draft, you should be good.
You can get almost any quarterback you want.
Any quarterback you want, probably except Caleb and
or a different player, and then draft a quarterback in the second round.
Yeah, or you could draft later. Yeah, I agree. But let's talk about what really needs to be talked about. The New York MetLife Bowl, baby.
Oh, okay.
The MetLife Bowl. When I told you Giants fans what it was going to be.
Stop. No, you
I
didn't.
Yeah,
told
I
y'all what
agree.
it was going to be. I had no
Man,
doubts.
Graham
I had
no
doubts.
Man is
sell,
not
man.
claiming
I had
that
no
win.
doubts. I
Come
had
on,
zero
come on.
doubts.
All right,
I had
J-Rob,
zero
look.
doubts.
Zero
say that
doubts
with
is
a straight
lying.
face. You had zero
Zero
doubt.
doubts.
Okay.
Zero
Hold
doubts.
on.
Zero doubts.
One,
Never
zero
doubt.
doubt is nuts because you
Yeah,
watched that game. saying
J-Rob,
zero
do
doubt.
not
Because
lie.
you literally
No
texted
Do
me.
not
No
lie.
doubt.
It's crazy. He texted me saying, "Wow, GG's," knowing that motherfucker should have been over. But that whole game is on Dayball. Y'all can say it's on Graham Gano. That whole shit is on Dayball. Here's why. First off, it's 4th and 1. You done
Yes.
gave Saquon
Yes.
36 carries. Run the football. Second, you know Graham Gano has been hurt on his kicking leg for the past 3 weeks. His knees swollen. He says he needs to be surgery. And he already missed a kick in that game. Why would you let him kick it again? You should have just ran the ball, bro, and ended the game. And the third, we all know Tyrod Taylor is an injury-prone quarterback, and Daniel Jones already been out. We couldn't, and we all, you know, the J-Rob, and mad coaches go through coaching situations where, hey, something might happen, and your quarterback might get hurt. You ain't do nothing with Tommy. Now, I'm not expecting you to do like crazy.
Tommy
nothing, but,
DeVito,
bro,
New Jersey legend.
Bro,
man. Shout out Tommy DeVito.
Bro, yeah, I was about to say, shout out Syracuse, but bro, he literally, he didn't even throw a pass downfield.
That
It was
joke-
raining. It was a monsoon.
Bro,
joke
that
was
and
two
every time he
touchdown routes.
loses,
Three.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Honestly, bro, the game played out how it was supposed to. Like,
I mean,
y'all
I
was
said
never
it's going to
supposed
be a
to beat us.
13-10 game.
Y'all was never supposed to beat us. Like, if I look back at it,
Oh my God.
if Jermaine Johnson didn't try to make it a close game for Vegas, he doesn't get that dumb penalty. If we don't have 2 fumbles by Zach Wilson because he can't keep his hands on the football, it's cool. Like, bro, we was never really supposed to. The right team won the game.
Really do
At the
that.
end of the day, the team that was supposed to win, the team that was supposed to win the game won the game.
Bro, the right team that won the game, bro. And
Giants-
you know,
we have.
Hey, the Giants defense actually been kind of good.
yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, we need to start.
Hey,
we might need to
Kayvon
start-
Thibodeau.
Hey,
Shout
we
out
might-
to you, brother.
I say,
give it
even
to
though,
you.
even
You've
though,
been balling.
Been good this
I
year,
say
bro.
we might need to have some Kayvon Thibodeau talks.
That boy been coming
He's
off
been
the
playing-
playing.
sacks.
He's
Yeah,
been
he's
playing
been
better.
You know,
That
he's been
not gonna lie
balling.
though, that Adoree Jackson pass interference call.
Bro, I'm not lying. Zach Wilson underthrew the hell out
Max
of
you
him.
didn't even throw it a good
But
ball.
you know how that go though. Y'all know the rule on that.
Yeah, I know that was that. Y'all was for
Hey,
sure.
under-
hey,
Yeah,
Chris,
ball
hey,
is
we
the
get the boys to
perfect-
play some defense, boy.
that's
We gonna
what
play
he
some
do.
defense, bro.
That's a defensive guru. It's just, bro, like I'm not gonna lie. And I'm Darren Waller. Oh my God, I'm off. I can't do it anymore. The injury bug is too crazy with him, J-Rob. He's out. He's too crazy. It's the same
He's out.
hamstring. Like it's
Yeah,
too crazy.
He
bro.
been dealing with the same hands. You got to get healthy in the offseason. He'll
I
be
just
all right.
can't. I can't.
The Giants are taking-
Yo, if you pull a hamstring during the year, bro, you kind of done for the whole season, bro, because you're never
Yeah,
gonna have
I can't-
enough
I can't.
time to really get it right, bro. Because a hamstring, you probably need a month for real.
Yeah,
So
I
the
can't.
moment
I
you
can't.
start feeling a little bit better, then you start running again, and you can't really. It's like a rubber band, bro. That thing gonna
and
pop.
also, and
Oh, the Giants
Where?
just traded Leonard Williams.
I knew he was going to get traded, but he got traded that fast.
He went to
Where?
the Seahawks.
What did we get for him? What did we get
A
for him?
2024 second rounder and a 2025 fifth rounder.
That's not bad.
That's
Yeah,
not
that's what
bad.
I'm saying.
Second
That's
round.
not bad at all.
The
Yeah,
Seahawks
make it
the
move.
Seahawks see that they see there's blood in the NFC.
They
I'm
West.
got
not
Frank
gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Leonard
I'm gonna
Williams.
be honest with you. That's kind of a fleece because Leonard Williams has not been good at all. That's my dog, but he has not been good at all.
Yeah, but I think Seahawks need the line depth. I think they should have went after one of them guys. I think they should have went after a Chase Young or
Man, that's
Jonathan Allen.
crazy, bro. I even get to say
J-Rob, they came out and said they're not trying to wholesale like clean house anymore. And I'm like, you can just say that because you're trying to get better offers. That's all you're trying to say.
The Commanders.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
came out
just trying
with
to
a
fill
report
better
saying
offers.
they're not trying to sell a house. I'm like, no, you just didn't like the offers you was getting for those guys. So now you're trying to finagle the market.
I just want to say that was one of the worst, best games I ever watched, and I'm just happy I was on the victory side of it. And I just want you to know, Trent.
Thank God for the Bills,
Cash
J-Rob.
App, Zelle, whatever.
You don't get it, bro. Shut up.
You
Shut up.
and Random, y'all gotta just
Hey, we have
collective.
not crossed that
Y'all
bridge
need
yet.
to
J-Rob, we
come
have
to
not
just-
crossed that bridge
Yo, I'm
yet.
about to
Liddell's
call
on my side on
collections,
that.
man. I'm
Well,
out
say,
here
get out
winning
here,
man.
bets.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
wait
out here
for
winning bets, bro. Random. It's over.
I was-
Thank God for the Bills, because if not
Hey, I
for
will
the Bills,
say
the
this,
state
though.
of professional New York football is
J-Rob,
bad.
Yeah, okay.
Thank the
J-Rob,
Lord for the Bills.
sneak peek that me and Dub got for that game, though. Oh my
I
God,
can't
that's
wait to
just
see it, bro. I
That
can't wait to
game
see it.
is
It's gonna be hilarious.
Yo, it's crazy because I said your name when we was winning and we lost. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, y'all lost. Let's get it. But let me get into something that's really the most important thing at hand. And I'm happy MJ's finally here. Because, maybe my voodoo witch doctor ancestry is starting to kick in right now. Because I opened up Pandora's box, and in Pandora's box, there was a team named the 49ers inside that box. And I just thought about the history of this team over the last few years, you know? And so I just asked some questions. You know, I didn't feel like I said nothing bad. And I went under MJ. They put us under fire.
They put us on the
They
fire.
put us in the fire. We just were saying, we're like, listen, we understand there have been a dominant team in the regular season. I understand they have a lot of good players, but when it comes down to it, when it's the pressure is the pressuring the most pressuring, they burst. They burst, and it happens time and time again. As of this week, they are 0-30 when in a game going into the fourth quarter down minimum 5 points. They still can't find ways to get it done. And so I say me and Trent might have cursed them. Because since we opened Pandora's box, they haven't won a game since. And so my question to the panel is there any more questions about who the NFC goes through?
Bro.
Are there any more questions?
It shouldn't, bro.
We said that last week. We said that. We clarified it last week. I couldn't, off Kirk Cousins cooking that defense, straight up claim that the 49ers were the best team in the NFC. I said that immediately afterwards. All right. So don't sit there and throw me in that. All right. But mind you, to just go on to the first of all,
that's really for Cruiser too.
First of all, let's put in let's add some context against. Let's add some context, right? We're not going to sit here. We're not going to obviously. Brock Purdy did not play well in the first game against the Browns, but we're not sitting here acting like they weren't a missed kick away from winning that game. Okay,
they didn't win the game,
but they didn't win the game. All right, I cannot defend how he played against the Vikings, and I definitely cannot defend how he played yesterday. There are a lot of things Brock Purdy can do very well, but especially last 2 weeks,
over 50 yards.
Hold on, let me finish. The last 2 weeks, especially, he's had back breaking.
Thank
mistakes.
you. All he does
Once
is chuck
again,
it down.
Jalen. Hold on, Jalen. What did I say about Brock Purdy? What did I say about Brock Purdy right now? Right now, Brock Purdy is a product of Shanahan until he learns how to play above it. We've seen it in stretches. So I remember how y'all was. I'm still bringing up that Cowboys game because I remember how y'all was talking about him. And what did he do against the Cowboys, J-Rob? What did he do? He was eating.
Can we call that an anomaly?
I think that could have been the anomaly. Could have been the anomaly.
You can say that, but I remember how all y'all was talking. Y'all was talking.
Bro, all we said was that he was better than Dak Prescott. And that's not saying much.
I did say that. Early said that.
Okay, hold on.
Early said that. And
Bro,
ironically, Early's not here right now. So it's just by myself.
I ain't gonna
all
lie.
me and J-Rob said was
I'm not high on Dak Prescott.
All me and J-Rob was saying that we didn't agree that when we talked about the game, you automatically just chose the 49ers. We didn't say the Cowboys was going to smack them, but y'all was right at the end of the day. But let's act like what I just said. I mean, it could be an anomaly. Like, let's not act
the
like
reason why I don't think it's an anomaly is the reason why I don't think it's an anomaly.
3
and
touchdowns.
this kind of
5
goes
interceptions
into
in the last
the
3
Brock
games.
Purdy overhyped too, by the way, because I was never one of those people that was saying he was top 10. I was never one of those people that said he was even close. But I will say this, though. Deebo Samuel needs to be back on this roster. That is
I wonder.
very apparent to me.
Yeah, the fancy
I wonder
version
why.
of
I thought they didn't need him.
Hey,
No,
Riddell,
they didn't need him.
I know.
Where the hell are you?
Hey,
Early?
Riddell, I heard he was the fancy version of Cordell Patterson.
I thought they didn't need him. I thought they didn't need him.
Mind you, right now,
Deebo Samuel, what he provides for this offense is obviously that catch after run. They need
Damn,
that.
I feel like I've been telling y'all.
They need that, bro.
Right now, this is Brock Purdy's game.
I'm talking about that running back.
Yeah, this is
Okay.
Brock
They
Purdy's
need that, bro.
game.
They did have some drops yesterday too, now, man.
No, Cruiser. No,
Cruiser.
Do not do
No,
that.
Cruiser.
Brock
Yeah,
Purdy
no,
played
no.
bad. He played bad, especially as the game was reaching its deciding moment.
Cruiser.
Right now, this is
Not
Brock
getting
Purdy's
that off.
15th game as a starter,
played
and he's
bad.
finally hitting that. Mind you, and I said this before, defenses have adjusted, and it's time for him to adjust back. That's how you know, okay, we've seen this. The better players figure out a way to get over it. And that's what he has to learn right now. I still like Brock Purdy. He still did a lot of good things that game. But those breaking interceptions, the interception in the red zone was so bad.
Yeah, it was.
Was so bad that if that was Dak Prescott who threw that, if that was Dak Prescott who threw that, we would start off the show cooking Dak Prescott. That's how bad that was.
No, here's the thing though.
Hit it and then caught it like in the same.
Go ahead, MJ. Go ahead, MJ.
Here's the thing though, right? With Brock Purdy, I think the fact that he isn't really getting, like, you made a great point, Random, in terms of if this was Dak, like, he'd be getting killed today. Here's the reason why. Brock Purdy, people don't really believe that he's an elite QB. Remember in the beginning of the season, they were like, he's MVP conversation. If you're in the MVP conversation, if you're elite, then the same way how guys like Lamar Jackson, they get killed for having a bad game or whatever. He has to have Brock Purdy has to have that criticism. But then when he doesn't play bad, when he plays bad, every quarterback can play bad. And
he's doing a 13 start.
You feel me? But then
it is his 15th start, bro.
Well, he's a
15th start. Let's not sit here and act like.
What Miles is saying is correct though.
Yeah,
like,
I understand that. But let's not sit here and act like he's been the 49ers starter for 5 years and he's been playing bad.
When Brock Purdy gets good, when Brock Purdy plays good, he gets all the praise. But when he plays bad, always 13 start, all the
praise. That's early. I've said that every time.
Why can this keep switching up now?
And what did I say every time, Trent? I still say he's a product of the Shanahan system until we get more consistency out of it.
Do you still think he's a top 10 quarterback?
No, as of right now, no. Well, technically, right now, yes, because Kirk Cousins ain't playing no more.
Let's be real, though. The book on Brock Purdy.
Even then, add the full context. I said he's a soft because I still think he's a top 15 quarterback. I still think he's a top 15 quarterback. Is that crazy to say?
No.
Is that crazy to say, J-Rob?
Crazy.
Top 10 is not it. He's not.
He's not top 10. I know that. He might be like 13.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The last 3 games, the last 2 with the 3 and 5 picks. If we're gonna be real, we're gonna be honest. I think Brock Purdy is the San Francisco 49ers quarterback. I won't back down on that. I think he still got a lot to learn on the NFL level. But if we being honest, the knock on Brock Purdy coming out of Iowa State is that he cut from that Brett Favre gunslinger, try stuff mentality.
He doesn't have the arm to be Brett Favre.
But I know, but that he takes chances like that. Go back and look at Iowa State. He was the same way. He's a gamer, bro. You feel me? So he gonna throw picks. I'm telling you.
That's not what he came into the league as.
At the end of the day, he don't have the arm talent to be that type of guy at all. Actually, this is naturally the conversation I also want to have for those people out here who, and I've been one of those people. So I'm talking to myself included, who have criticized Tua Tagovailoa's ability to throw the football downfield and his arm strength. You need to go look at number 13 in San Francisco, because there's not a lot of juice on the way he's throwing that football either. And so I think as teams are getting to figure him out, I just don't want to get into a situation. This is my only thing about this whole Brock Purdy situation. And I think the only reason why we've been a little critical is because Dan Orlovsky said he was elite.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was.
He was called a young Joe Montana.
God dang.
Brock early, one of the key advocators said that he was not only better than Lamar Jackson, but was top 7, was a top 5, top 7 quarterback in the league.
Damn.
That don't make sense to me based off what we've seen so far. And it
was
looks
MVP
like
in the league according to a lot of people.
All I say is this: I think to know when the guys are elite, when you're elite at the quarterback position, you can take your team to heights despite their deficiencies in football games. Even when everything isn't right, you make it right because of who you are. Josh Allen, Lamar, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, all have been able to do it with less. You've seen Aaron Rodgers do it throughout his career, do it with less. Brock Purdy has not shown you that when the chips are down, not only, and y'all telling me he's a gamer, to me right now, Cruiser, he's not much more than just a front runner, because a gamer is somebody who, when the chips are down, they rise to the occasion. I have yet to see Brock Purdy, when the chips are down, rise to the occasion. When the 49ers have needed him to play above himself, he has not shown the ability to do that. And not only that, this isn't a propaganda, this isn't hate, because this still reflects the record that the 49ers have had over the last 30 games when down by one possession. And 3 of them, as of late, Brock Purdy has been a part of them. So I'm not out here saying Brock Purdy still can't be the 49ers quarterback of the future. I don't want it to sound like that. But I do think it is time to really pump the brakes, pump a lot of the brakes, and just say he is what he is. And so ultimately, all these high-level elite conversations, I think it's still time to chill out. Now, do I still think he's better than a Dak Prescott? Yeah, I do. But that's because I don't rank Dak Prescott that high. I don't think Dak Prescott, to me, is an above-average level quarterback. I think him and Purdy are in the same range. I think if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably take Purdy because I know what Dak is going to – at least I have the mystery of what Purdy hasn't shown me yet. I know what Dak going to give me. I know it already. So
that can win you a game, though. Like, he won the Cowboys that game. Purdy, to me, his defense is winning him games. His weapons is winning him games. And in the games he's played well. Again, even Brock Purdy, teams have film on him now. They realize
what games, though? What games has Dak really won, though?
Jalen.
I'm going to be
we've watched Dak.
Tell me the game. Tell me the game.
Jalen, even you. Jalen, look at him playing the 49ers. Jalen, look at how we played against the 49ers. And you're telling me that gave you any kind of encouragement. We've seen Dak in plenty of situations for years fail in those spots. We've seen him do that.
I'm 100%
in games that you want to put him in to come up and win. We've seen him fail. That's why you say the potential of Purdy is what works. Right now, Purdy's going through growing pains and he has to get better. The reason we're also very hard on him because that is a Super Bowl roster the 49ers have. That should be a Super Bowl roster. We don't really have time for the growing pains. So we're asking Brock Purdy to learn on the fly, to learn quickly, and start making plays because the 49ers have a Super Bowl team. That's what they have.
True. Go ahead, Trent.
I keep hearing you say this potential with Brock Purdy. What ceiling do you give Brock Purdy? What ceiling do you have for Brock Purdy?
I think at best. I don't want to say because I just saw.
Random. Come on.
I say it.
I know.
Because you always talk about Brock Purdy's potential.
I think it's still Kirk Cousins.
I don't think he'll ever be as good as Kirk Cousins.
I don't think he has the arm talent. I think Kirk Cousins has arm talent. He got more arm talent than Kirk.
No, bud.
That's a good question. What's the potential?
Well, you said ceiling. Ceiling, I'm not even. To be fair, ceiling, not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Kirk Cousins' ceiling is not a bad thing.
It's not bad.
I just
doesn't have that. He just
put Kirk on the 49ers.
That's a Super Bowl.
They are defeated. If he's out there, they are defeated.
Hey,
I will say this though.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree that would be undefeated, Jalen. We literally watched Kirk in a dogfight with the Panthers.
I'm not even
because he threw a pick six. But all right, yeah.
But that San Francisco defense will bail him out.
Yeah, we have to talk about Kirk on the 49ers, not Kirk on the Vikings.
And that's that defense you're talking about, Jalen. Like what's happening now? The 49ers defense is looking very, very vulnerable right now.
Kirk Cousins sometimes.
They are. To play a little devil's advocate for the 49ers real quick, though, it is obviously Brock Purdy shouldn't be put in certain conversations. But based on who he is, he definitely needs a few things. One, Trent Williams being out is big for Brock Purdy. We know this. Best left tackle in the game. Playing with him, not having him is a big difference for Brock Purdy because he's not that mobile. His pocket presence I like better than at least Jimmy G's, but that's a very low bar at the end of the day. And another thing is, without Deebo Samuel, I think Deebo Samuel, other than McCaffrey, obviously, is like the only elite like playmaker. Like when you get the ball in their hands, they can make something out of it. Ayuk, top 3 route runner, but when he gets the ball in his hand, he isn't like this. Like I'm about to, break everybody. Yeah. George Kittle, same way. George Kittle's a great blocker. George Kittle can make some catches, and I think their third receiver. I think his name is Jennings. I forget his first name.
Yeah, Jawan Jennings.
He's not that good.
Kurt Warner is
so
crazy,
they don't got good receiver depth if we're being completely honest.
They should have kept Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah,
he just tore his ACL.
But he's out for the rest of the season, so that's tough. So to be a little devil's advocate, their offensive line is a little depleted, and their wide receiving core is not as deep as people may think because of Deebo and Ayuk After those two, it's not great. So Brock Purdy does need his weapons back, but when he does get his weapons back, they'll be that same dominate Cowboys team, in my opinion. It'll be Niners and Eagles.
Brock Purdy's just not good enough to rise above his team's deficiencies right now. He's not. Especially with the amount of experience that he has in the NFL, you are asking for something that only Mahomes did.
His coach
has
also shown the inability to do that as well. So,
So how far do y'all see the 49ers, going in the playoffs?
I still think it's going to be the rematch. I'm not going to
divisional.
I actually don't think they're getting past the second round.
Right now, division until
I personally don't think there's a guarantee they go into the.
Listen, my prediction, I think it's going to be the Ravens and the 49ers in the Super Bowl.
I don't think the 49ers is going to the Super Bowl.
If
that's the case,
First of all, one thing I know for sure is that if they find themselves in a situation where they're down going into a fourth quarter, it's a lock. That's what I know about the 49ers for certain. 2, the Seahawks are coming. They're on their way. Regardless, they're not going to roll over for the 49ers. 49ers are showing a lot of vulnerability now. So it is.
And Gino not even playing good, bro.
And Gino hasn't even hit his stride yet. I agree with that. The Eagles are better than the 49ers, 100%. And for all those people who thought the Lions didn't stand a chance against the 49ers, watch out. The way the 49ers are, for lack of a better word, showing their ass right now, they've shown a lot of vulnerability. And I'm going to say one other thing too, because I'm a post-game guy. I like to listen to what's going on. Kyle Shanahan, they saying he's about to be sitting in the defensive meeting rooms. Does anybody remember how much points they scoring on offense in these games?
I don't know why
they losing.
He getting me tight.
Because you want to sit in the defensive meeting room, and I hear you because the defense gave up 31 to a guy we're about to talk about next. What? How many points are y'all scoring on offense though? Y'all not putting up no points either. So my question is, when are we going to start really looking at Kyle Shanahan as well being a part of this, and the 49ers looking like the flop that they might end up being? I think they lose in the second round.
Well, let me ask you this, J-Rob. Just what do you think the conversation is going to be? They make it to like another divisional round or NFC chip and they lose again.
I don't think they're going to make it to the NFC chip. They're going to lose to either.
Lose to the divisional or wild card. What do you think the conversation going to be? Because I think it's going to be the same way.
If they lose in the wild card,
I'm gonna tell you,
it could be a wild card.
I'm telling you, they could lose in the first round. They are vulnerable enough to lose in the first round.
I don't think they're going to lose in the first round.
They have already to me right now, Brock Purdy is finally showing y'all that he is still a young quarterback. He's not elite. And y'all can tell me good running game and all of these things are enough to, game manage your way to a Super Bowl. But, bro, quarterbacks have to come to play in the playoffs. You have to make throws. You have to, in some points, depending on what defense you up against, you have to come and make plays. Because let's just say for the sake of argument, in the first round, they got to play a good defense over there in the NFC. Brock Purdy's going to have to make plays. Is he going to make enough plays for them to get past whoever they get past in that round in the playoffs? There hasn't been any chance to show you that that'll be the case. So I think we need to pump our brakes on this idea that they automatically going. And to be honest, if they got to play the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs again, I think you really got to consider it's going to be you got to consider the Dallas Cowboys are not going to be like in the same predicament as they were before. Go ahead, Randall.
I agree with you that Purdy
and the 49ers better go get a corner. If they can't play man defense.
I said it 2 weeks ago. I said it 2 weeks ago. They need to go call Denver and get PS2 or something. But right now, this is one thing that we know about the 49ers. They can only win one way. They have to be front running. They can only win one way. We saw from the Eagles yesterday. They're in a dogfight with the Commanders. And even though Jalen's hurt, and maybe at one point, Miles, maybe we need to talk about that because yesterday, man, it looked like he was just dragging his body at certain points in the game across the field as they were driving. And I'm worried about that cumulative punishment and all that. It's just, but what did the Eagles show you? Oh my! When a dog fight, we can come back from behind. We can run the ball on you, no matter who you are. If we need to get in the patch, if we didn't get a shootout with you, we can throw the ball too. And right now, the 49ers, especially now that as seemingly that the defenses have caught up to him and they're asking Brock Purdy to make plays, like actual plays for real, and consistently make plays. They can't do that. They have to be front running, which now goes on to what we know about Kyle Shanahan as a coach and how he runs his teams. So first things first. Obviously, you want everybody to get healthy, but this is the NFL. We don't got time for that. We're not giving you that excuse. All right. But you have to find a way to get Brock Purdy stopped. Just go back to what you used to when you weren't turning the ball over. And just give your defense a chance. Because right now they're struggling. Steve Wilks, they're clearly missing D'Amico Ryans. They're clearly missing them right now. Because Steve Wilks is not doing the job that he came on to do. So
please.
Oh, please.
The 49ers last year was in the same.
Go ahead, MJ, you go first. Yeah. I'm jumping all over that. Please.
I'm just saying they miss him right now. Steve Wilks doing his job.
Hey, I would actually say though, I would prefer my team, whether it's like the Eagles, for instance, early in the season, they're winning close games. They're not playing nearly as you would say as their fullest potential, but they're beating teams in close games. I would rather have that in September, in early October, mid-October, versus like you peaking like the Dolphins had versus like, the 49ers had early in the season, blowing teams out. Now people get super hyped. You're feeling yourself, we just beat this team by 40, beat the Giants, beat the Cowboys. I'd rather have my team win close games early on in the season, and then come December, now you see them blowing teams out. But that's why I would rather have my squad go out here and just win close games. I think that makes you like a better team come playoff time, because you're not going to be out here blowing teams out like the Cowboys by 32 points and the Giants. That doesn't happen in the postseason. So going back to what you said, J-Rob, I do think the 49ers will beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, but it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And we're going to really see. We're going to see what Brock Purdy's made of. Because times when it's been close,
you've seen him. 49ers, all the Cowboys have to do is be up a touchdown going into the fourth quarter, and they'll be good to go. Now, hold on. Before you go, let me just say one thing to Randall's point, Trent. Because they're talking about Steve Wilks.
Yeah, I don't like how you're talking
about. Now, I'm gonna break this down. First game of the season, that defense gave up 7 points. Rams, Puka Nacua and company gave up 23. They still won. The Giants, they gave up 12 points. The Cardinals, they gave up 16 points. Cowboys, they gave up 10 points. Browns, with P.J. Walker, they gave up 19, 22. 31 against the Bengals. All right, I could give you that. That's unfathomable. But my question is to y'all is, why are we talking about Steve Wilks when we talk about Kyle Shanahan as an elite play caller and an elite offensive coordinator and having an elite offensive scheme, and in their last 3 games they've put up 17 points, 17 points, 17 points.
Okay, mind you, we were just talking about
this is an elite play caller. 17 points, 17 points, 17 points.
We just spent 30 minutes talking about Kyle Shanahan. We spent a whole episode last week talking about Kyle Shanahan. I'm also bringing up the other part that I see concerns. The 49ers not being able to
question.
And I'm telling you, I told you like last week, Kyle Shanahan has not been doing his job. But also we can't sit here and act like Steve Wilks does not deserve any blame. The 49ers have repeatedly not been getting enough pressure on the quarterback. Whether you want to say they don't,
I don't know what's going on.
If you hold somebody at 19 points, I mean,
but bro, you hold somebody to 19.
This is what we're asking.
Put him more than 20.
Come on.
This is what we're asking. So I can't ask any questions about the defense at all.
No, you can ask the question about the defense. But what I'm saying to you, Random, is the defense. My question now, my counter to that is, do you think the defense needs more attention, or do you think their attention should be on the offense?
Needs more attention.
Because my question is like,
I'm going to mention them.
But don't you think we're holding the defense like, they gave in the National Football League, you gave up 19. You barely giving up 20 points a game. You give up 22 to Kirk Cousins. You only lose. You score one more touchdown, you win the game. And then obviously I get it. You give up 31 to Joey B. That's kind of crazy.
But at the same time,
I'm not saying the offense is blameless here. I never said that. But if
Right.
I see problems, like the fact that the 49ers can't generate pressure, I'm not even asking for sacks, even though I wish. The craziest part is, Nick Bosa only has 3.5 sacks on the season, which is a
Yeah,
problem.
great.
But if I'm
he just got signed to the bag.
yeah,
He just signed to the bag.
if I see problems, if I see problems with the 49ers defense, I'm gonna address them. They just finally they were fully taken advantage of by the Bengals. But with those problems were always there. It's just that if I'm sitting there, I can't. You can go back and see when DeMeco Ryans left. There was a big thing the 49ers saying they were gonna miss him. Right? And I can't sit here and say that Steve Wilkes has been doing his job to the best of his ability when we've been seeing problems recently. It's just that, okay, they're still giving up 17 or 19 or whatever, but their problems are still there. They just got fully taken advantage of this week. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. I thought he was going to move off the 49ers, but the ambassador is here himself.
Hey,
so,
listen,
The Brock Purdy defender.
What plea are you going to cop today, brother? What plea are you going to cop today?
So let me say something first and foremost. That 49ers defense has been ass. I
mean, when you have a goat,
I'm not going that far. They just haven't been good. I've seen concerns.
And Brock
They
Purdy
haven't been as good as they were.
They're not as good as they were.
Let me cook. Here's the thing, though, we are being disingenuous at. It's not just about the fact that, they hold them to 19 points or 22 points. It's the time of possession, dog. They're giving up 3rd and 15s, 3rd and 20s, or like the offense on the other side has held the ball way longer. Now, Joe Burrow. Like, he is who I thought he was. But, dog, what happens to this 49ers defense? They're supposed to be top 3 to top 5, and they have been, again, like Brandon said, no pressure. The corners look like they're getting torched that corner. Joe Burrow was spreading the ball around like butter on toast, dog. Like, no one was getting covered, dog. No one was getting covered. Now, I will say this about your boy Shanahan. He need to go into
Trent, this is nasty.
He need to go into his
I can't believe him right now.
He need to go in this Jimmy Garoppolo bag and feed Kittle, dog. Use Kittle the same way you use
Kittle had 140 yards.
Kittle played great.
Oh my God!
Kittle had 140 yards yesterday.
Nah, Kittle
Thank
had
you,
10
Random.
receptions.
Thank you.
Wait.
Kittle
Kittle
had
had
140
140-something yards yesterday. That was not the problem.
Objectivity still isn't there. Thank you, Random.
I didn't say the nigga what. I didn't say he didn't have a good game.
Language.
What I'm saying is that it needs to be consistent. Like, he needs to be, as long as Debo is out, he needs to be the very first option. And for
bro.
No, that's Brandon on you.
This
I get it. Brock Purdy can't throw past
is where me and
Early
Early always.
I say something.
It's hard to team up with Random because when he teams up, you don't know which way he gonna go, bro. You don't know where he's gonna
Early
go.
was right about the defense. He was 100% right about the
But
defense. That the
why
fact
would-
that even though they're not giving up a lot of points, not getting people off the field is a problem right now. Like, Joe Burrow did it and the Vikings did it. Yes, the Vikings only scored 22 points, but they were converting like third down after third down after third. They could not get the Vikings off the field. So although I agree the offense is mostly the problem, but Early and Random are saying is correct. The defense has not been as good as they were in the past.
So here's my thing.
Go ahead.
This is my thing, though. Every time we've been talking about these 49ers recently, I keep hearing the defense.
Facts.
All right, talking about the offense first. We always talk about this 49ers defense. We saying 49ers
Obviously, I know
defense
he's not talking about me because I definitely mentioned the 49ers offense's problems. I definitely
but y'all
mentioned
been
that.
cooking Brock Purdy for the last couple
We
days.
have not been cooking him.
I've been slandering him.
I have not
I don't know.
slandered him.
Trent, I don't know who you've been talking to that's only been saying defense.
I've just held him to a
That's definitely
standard.
not
Just
me.
because I called the 49ers the Cali Cowboys, I ain't slandering Brock Purdy OD.
Facts.
I'm just because we keep talking about these weapons. If he need every single weapon to
Yes,
perform,
he's too young. We've seen that he's not good enough to win the game by himself. He needs those weapons right now. Same way Patrick Mahomes needed his
we
weapons.
knew that.
What are we
We
talking
knew
about,
that.
Trent?
We
Every
knew
you
that.
you say about Daniel Jones all the time. You said about Daniel Jones all the
if
time
that's
that he
the
needs
case, why do y'all talk
What
about
are
bro
we
like
talking
this?
about? What are we
If
talking
that's
about?
the case, why do you? If that's the case, then he's too young and this and that and blah blah this. Why do y'all talk about bro like this then?
Because
Why?
that's what he showed us. That's what he showed me at the time. That's
You
what he
wait,
showed me
come
at
on,
the
wait,
time.
come on, wait, hold on.
He wasn't
Who
showing
said that
you. You were
Brock Purdy-
blinded.
He wasn't
You were
showing
blinded.
that.
You were
That's what he showed me at
blinded.
the
Wait, hold on,
time.
J-Rock, hold on. You wait, hold on,
Fred,
man.
calm
You told
down.
me,
Why
you told me,
screaming
J-Rock,
at
that Brock Purdy passed multiple tests that he's shown you. He done
Yes,
failed
yes,
3
he
back-to-back
has.
weeks.
Yes, he has. And
What
we've seen.
test?
Huh? Okay.
What test?
Okay, first things first.
Hey,
y'all
man, the
was
misery loves
okay.
company,
Hold
dog.
up,
That's
hold
all
up,
it is.
hold up.
Them just be
We're
hating.
gonna go back to 3 weeks ago. The 49ers are playing the Cowboys, and y'all said this is one of the few times that we finally get to see what Brock Purdy is made of. That he's playing a good team. And what did Brock Purdy do out there? He diced them up on Sunday Night Football, and y'all sitting there acting like that wasn't a test. Okay,
you're not saying that's an anomaly. Now, what happened the next few weeks?
Yeah, I'm saying what happened after that?
Oh no. Okay, fine. The next few weeks, his kicker missed a field goal against the Browns.
No,
No.
no.
Add the context. No. I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Because I've heard you make every mistake for Daniel Jones.
Bro.
I will not hear it today. I will not hear it. Did Brock Purdy play well against the Browns? No, but he did his job. He got him down to the field goal, and the kicker missed. What are we talking about? We're not doing this. We are not doing this. I will not sit there when I heard you make every excuse for Daniel Jones, and I will not sit here and let you say that. I will not let you hear say that.
Brock Purdy's been playing like doo-doo. So
I will not. And what have I said consistently, Trent? He has not been playing well. Have I not been saying that for the last 3 weeks? Have I not been saying that for the last 2 weeks?
Field goal was like 60
Go ahead and lie.
yards.
I haven't been saying that. Go ahead and lie.
They don't have Justin Tuckerack. They didn't have Justin Tuckerack kicker.
No, it matters. That was a better kicker. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
How many points did Brock Purdy put up before the field goal miss? How many points did he put up before the field goal miss? 17.
That's not the problem. He still gave him a chance to win, Jaden. He still gave him a chance to win. Did he not? Did he not?
I'm gonna say one other thing too. Because this is where y'all losing me. This is why I didn't like where Early came up here and just completely went to the defense. I get it. The defense. Hold up. I didn't even cut you off. They got it. They got on your ass before I did. Pause. And language. But my thing is, every one of them games that the 49ers lost was all winnable games.
Yes.
Not hate. It's winnable games. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying, back to Early. Let's get it back to you. Let's get it back to Early. That's where it's.
Yes, it was.
What you talking about, man?
It was definitely one of those. Come on, Early.
Bro.
If Brock Purdy plays well,
throw a touchdown in the end zone, literally throw a pick in the end zone, and you're going to sit here and say that's the defense's fault? Purdy didn't play well yesterday. He did not play well early.
Bro,
this is where you always go too far and blame one thing when it's not true.
Yeah,
it's not true.
Games is winnable. Them games was winnable, bro.
Before I find addresses and pull up.
I don't care, Early. You're not being truthful here. You're not being truthful. That's what you're not being. And this is why me and you always break apart here. Goddamn.
Early, I hope they figured out over the bout.
You dress like an NFL character.
Oh, shut your mouth with your lily color. Like, look, out here looking like baby poop.
You dress like a
you got your baby poop color collection going on. Don't start with me, bro. Don't start with me.
Yo, the outfit of a 90s LA background dancer. Like, I hate your outfit.
How did the 49ers fans start beefing? Like, what?
Right? What's going on? At first, it was Super Bowl dynasty. Now it's this.
Shout out Joey Beatles. We need to talk about the other team on those sides. Shout out Joey Beatles.
I was going to say, Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Can we talk about one other thing?
Joe Burrow back in his right foot.
There was a lot of Joe Burrow glaze going on to start the year.
Yeah, facts. He didn't
deserve the glaze.
He's doing it.
He been him though. When you're him, you can start a little slow.
No.
Y'all was trying to compare Joe Burrow to like Kirk Cousins and all.
No, all I said was
Joe is
top 2 and y'all forgot it.
All I said
was top 2.
And I kept telling y'all,
hold on.
He's not playing good, but he's hurt. Not an excuse because he's out there. But once he gets it together, they're going to hit their stride. And now they're back in the mix.
I have Joey B top 2. You can take it from last year.
Top 3.
But y'all want me to hold Joey B to the same standard as Justin Herbert and Kirk Cousins? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
We're not about to do Herbert today. We're not about to do Herbert.
I'm not doing it.
All I'm saying was,
Can I say this? Listen, I'm willing to put the Brock Purdy, baby Brady down.
Yes,
please.
There you go.
You need to Ben put it down.
Wait a minute.
Wait,
I'm picking up the Will Levis infant Elway because he was cooking. I will pick up.
Why you do?
Now Will Levis could be young Elway though. I was impressed too, gang.
Shout out,
We're gonna get into that. That's one of the topics. That's one of the topics. We're gonna talk about Will Levis because we made some big time apologies because holy smokes, Will Levis. What did I watch?
Dude, the AFC South young quarterback.
Oh yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that class is
bright.
Yeah, watch out, Trevor Lawrence, because I don't know what's going on in your conference. But before we get to Will Levis and what
Trevor
they did,
Lawrence, AR,
let's
Will
finish.
Levis,
Yeah, they was
CJ
going
Stroud.
crazy.
Trevor Lawrence still multiple games.
Let's go
in the lead
back
of
to
that
Joe
division,
Burrow,
but
though.
okay.
Like the
Joe
fat
Burrow,
Yeah.
Joe Burrow needs his respect, and it's about time he gets his respect.
Yeah.
Like all of that, all these Joe Burrow been playing good. We should compare him to, well, why are we not giving Joe Burrow enough? Why are we not coming at Joe Burrow like the same way we coming at Justin Herbert? Guys who don't have the same level at Kirk
they ain't
Cousins.
Burrow.
Stop. I don't want to hear that. Joe Burrow can start off slow because he's shown us enough that he's one of them guys.
He was hurt.
And I
Though.
would
If you
say
really watch
one other
football, you
thing.
know he was hurt.
I would say one other
He
thing
was hurt.
that you're gonna hate, Trent. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. But I don't care, Trent. You're gonna hate it, and I don't care.
That's nasty.
Joe Burrow is the only other person on the planet not named Tom Brady to knock Patrick Mahomes out of it.
Oh my
Talk
God.
about it.
That matters.
He's
And that matters.
telling the
And
truth.
that
Bro,
matters.
you act,
And that
bro.
matters.
Bro, you act like he
Joe
out there.
Burrow
He was a great.
Yo, Trent, I'm being a
man.
little nasty.
Hey,
I'm
what's
being
that?
a little nasty. Trent, I'm being a little nasty. And I know it a little bit. But Joe Burrow is still that guy, Trent. And I'm not
bro,
gonna
I have him
lie.
as a-
He's
Bro,
that guy.
okay, you got to confuse. This is the thing. You got to confuse. I said I always had Joey B top 2. All I'm saying is that
top 2.
He was playing a little mid. He was playing mid.
No, he was hurt. No,
He-
stop.
He was hurt. He was hurt.
All I'm saying is,
Listen. I'm just saying, wait. He was hurt. He was hurt. But he was still out there. He was still out there, though.
if he playing like doo-doo, the way we send these other quarterbacks, he gonna get that same energy.
I can't give him the same energy I'm giving to Justin Herbert.
Give everybody
and
energy,
them, bro.
Trent.
It's
Yeah,
different.
just get some leeway.
He
Joey B should get some leeway.
He ain't getting
Like,
no
bro,
leeway.
Trent, do I need to come at Mahomes for losing to Russ?
Yes, you ain't scoring
Why?
touchdowns.
You were
Why?
sick. Leave him alone. He had the
For
flu.
Yes.
what,
Stop
though?
it.
For
You got
what,
to.
though?
I don't want to hear that
I'm
because
telling you,
Riddell would be
I
up
don't
here if
think- I don't
Mahomes won
think
that
it was
game.
Trent.
Man,
Trent,
Mahomes, he had the
What is
flu
this
too.
about?
Blazing.
Trent,
I
like,
want to
it's a
hear
bad
it.
game,
You're on the
Trent.
field.
No, but
You're on the field.
Trent.
No, we can
What is there to
understand
say?
them
Okay,
No.
okay,
having
hold
bad
on,
games.
hold on.
Like, it's
Wait,
okay to
Just
have a
leeway.
bad game.
Like, what am I supposed to say about that? You want me to
It's
come
okay
and
to
talk
have a
about
bad game, but
what am I
okay,
supposed to say
look,
now?
this is-
Are the
look,
Chiefs in
look,
trouble because they lost to the Broncos? Is that what I was supposed to
No,
come here
I'm
and say?
okay.
Yeah, and they don't get a
This
receiver.
man
They
had
are.
the
You know, he
flu.
didn't
Leave
score
him
every
alone.
game.
Chiefs
Bro,
are
he
cool.
had
Chiefs
the
are cool.
flu. It's
Chiefs
all
are
right.
Oh, bro, hold on, wait, Jared, don't you say if you on the field, you on the field?
He was on the
Because-
field. They
because-
lost.
you
gotta be
There's
consistent,
somebody
J-Rod.
I know.
Wait, hold on,
They
wait,
lost.
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
they
wait,
lost.
wait,
They
Rob,
lost.
Hey, Rob,
They
hey,
lost.
Rob, hey, Rob,
They
hey, Rob.
Another
lost.
legend I know
They
had the
lost.
flu and dropped 40.
Yo, you know, hold on, Jared.
They
Because y'all
lost
know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying. If
It's a
Patrick
part of the
Mahomes is
loss.
stupid, oh, flu game. This. I'd have back up my flu game 12.
I'll get another
I'll
legend
just
I
say,
know.
oh,
Oh,
shut the
Trent,
fuck up.
Trent,
Nah,
they
I
would have
wouldn't
been
do that.
glazing for real.
I
if
wouldn't
Mahomes
do that.
won that game.
I
It wasn't
wouldn't
there.
do that.
It
Because
wasn't
that's why I wouldn't have did that. I didn't even know he had the flu till today, so I wouldn't even
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
all of a
won,
sudden Chiefs fans
and
were just
we
posting that
talking
thing like it mattered.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known that honestly.
People
Trent.
were saying he had the flu
If they
before
would
the
have
game
lost,
started.
Nah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You step on
Okay,
the
I'm gonna
field.
say it anyway.
I don't want to hear it.
Even if
You
were
step on the
sick,
field. You
I would
expect
expect it.
production.
Look, the same way Joe Burrow lost, he was losing because he was hurt, whatever. They still was losing because he was out there playing. So they responsible for the L's. He was responsible for this L. But at the end of the day, like
Yeah,
what
shut
are you
up.
saying? Okay.
That's okay. So look, that's the difference between me and you. I think when you have a shit,
Nah, he played bad. They played bad. I'm gonna admit that. If you ask me, I'm gonna say it. They played bad.
I can't lie. Not scoring a TD versus the Broncos.
It's crazy. It's
He had the
crazy.
flu. It's
But
not a big
sometimes I
deal.
look at it as like, yo, like the Ravens beat the Lions by 35. Do I really think if they had to play each other again, the Ravens are 35 point better. The Ravens are 35
But they're
points
gonna beat
better
about
than
at
the
least 10 or
Ravens?
more.
I don't know. I don't know that to be true. I think sometimes you could really be having a bad day, bro. And even when you have a bad day, the reality of it is you play bad.
But the thing is,
Listen,
though,
Ravens
Mahomes
got
hasn't-
one more week
the
of
thing
winning,
is, though,
and I'm
Mahomes
already getting
hasn't
adopted
even-
by the city. I'm about to come in here full Ravens gear next week.
Hey, but the thing is, though, Jared, Mahomes hasn't even been playing crazy though this whole season though.
He's
Nah,
still
he
been playing really good though.
He's been playing
They
like
still,
He
I
just
ain't
hasn't
gonna
been
lie.
playing.
To his standards. To his standards.
Yeah, so he
No,
just
no,
hasn't
they
been playing
play
to his
standard.
standard.
he's been playing.
But
But
at
he's
the
been
end
playing.
of the day,
But at the same time, we
still
recognize that
as the
Patrick
top team in
Mahomes,
the AFC outside
just
of like the
this
Ravens.
team offensively is still trying to figure themselves out. Obviously, with
They
the
need
new
a
offensive
receiver so
coordinator.
bad.
They should go
The last
free. They
guy
should
they
go
need a
free
receiver
Davante
so
Adams.
bad.
No, I'm
Not
just
even
saying they're
funny.
still trying to figure themselves out, and they still have been winning and still been playing good.
Should they go get Cortland Sutton or?
I've been saying they should
They
get.
wouldn't
Well, the
trade him in
problem is, I don't know if
division.
the
They're not going to
Broncos
trade
and
him
the Raiders are
in
going to trade
you.
in division.
Even if they wanted him, they're not going to trade him in division. Why would the
Yeah, I don't
Broncos
think
help
so
the
either,
Chiefs?
Randall.
Why would the Broncos help the Chiefs at all? Why would they?
I don't care.
Hey,
about
shout out to my
they
old
need
head
draft-
Julio
Of
Jones.
course you don't
Get
care
into
because you're not the
box.
one making the decisions.
They need
Riddell.
draft picks. Who cares about the
cares?
rivalry?
You're not-
You need draft
If you
picks.
trade a player in division, that means you see something fairly flawed about that player that you do not care.
I give up
They
a first
never
round pick
do
for
it.
Davante
They
Adams.
never do it, Riddell. They never trade a
not-
player
You have to
in
give up more
division.
than one first
They
round pick.
never do.
It's not a big deal, bro. Not gonna lie.
Of course,
I'll
you don't
say
think
this.
it's a big deal because
If
you're not
it's
the
a
one making the
serious
decision.
rivalry, sure, but Broncos Chiefs are not a rivalry. It's not.
Okay, yeah,
not.
to you
It's
because you're
not.
not there.
It's not, bro.
You're not
It's
there.
not a rivalry, bro.
Bro,
You're
if
not
you-
there.
if
The
it's the first
Broncos
time you
fans
beat
still
them
think
that
of it
long,
as
it's not a-
whatever you
it's
think.
not-
We're not there.
Okay, look, random. I see what you're saying, but it's not a rivalry. They just wouldn't trade with somebody in their division. Just say it like
They're
that.
not trading
Yeah.
within the division.
I can see that.
They
You don't trade
never
within
do.
division. You
Never
I'm
do.
trying to think if
Nah,
The
you-
last one.
I just want to say, especially with his quarterback
when Donovan
rankings.
McNabb got traded to Washington.
They should
And
go trade
people
for Mike
thought that was
Evans.
weird.
They should go trade for Mike Evans.
facts. They
Absolutely.
definitely need to make a trade.
No,
Is he available?
no,
Top
no,
15 Mike
No,
Evans. Now I say.
listen.
He been
Cooper,
Nice.
Cup.
He been
No,
There's no way the Rams are getting rid of Cooper Kupp.
Give up
What?
Cooper.
They're not giving up.
I mean,
They
it's
keep
not.
losing.
No. They keep losing, Riddell. It could be plausible.
But the Chiefs can't take Kupp's contract. Isn't it pretty big?
It is a big
Or am I
contract.
tripping?
He was like 20-something
Let
million.
me
Yeah.
check.
I think they could figure out the
Yeah.
numbers, bro.
Nah, it's not
talking
worth it.
about, man?
I'm a
They can
Cooper
take
Kupp
that.
guy, but it's not
The
worth it.
Chiefs
For the
don't really
Chiefs.
pay nobody though. They ain't even pay.
No, they're paying Mahomes. They're paying
Oh,
Kelsey.
they're definitely paying
Mahomes.
They're definitely
Travis
they're
Kelce.
paying Mahomes early.
They're gonna-
They
they're
get
gonna
half $1
play-
million.
They're
What
gonna
are we
pay the
talking
center.
about?
They're gonna pay the center.
They're gonna pay their
Caesar
old line.
Gaines,
Like,
dog,
yeah, they
yeah.
have plenty of people to pay.
All right,
for
look,
it.
after
here's
other
Cooper
teams-
Kupp's contract. Here's Cooper Kupp's contract. So they have an out. So he's making 25 this year, 23 next year. Then there's an out after 2024. Then there's 22 and 21. And then he's
It's not
unrestricted.
worth it. It's not.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean,
Yeah.
they gotta find a receiver. Look, I like Rashee Rice. I like that he's finally starting to come
all the
along.
niggas
But,
trash. All the niggas trash.
but he's not like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you could tell the difference between Rashee
They need
Rice
a
and
true
like
vet.
an
J-Rob.
All them
Addison
niggas
or
suck.
Zay Flowers or a Puka. Like, he's still got some developing to do. Like, he's not
Facts.
one of these rookie receivers that's gonna be could be a go-to guy yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what he is yet. You gotta go get a
They-
veteran.
Yeah,
wide
they need a
receiver.
true
I
vet.
think Juju Smith-Schuster was a dominant receiver, but he's the perfect like balanced guy to a big receiver
I
like
agree.
Kelsey or something. He's a good just get you a possession here and there because he's physical. I'm not high on him, Jalen. I feel you. I'm not high on him, but you just need somebody who can consistently catch the football. I just don't know if they have that right now from a perimeter
Thielen.
perspective.
Other than Travis
And
Kelce,
that by committee,
Go get
they're
Thielen,
they're
Carolina.
using their receivers how most teams use their running backs by committee. And
How
I don't
about-
know if you can by committee your receivers.
J-Rob,
Yeah,
how about
so,
Chris
I
Godwin
understand.
from the Bucks? Why don't they just go get him? He's always
Could
a
go
guy who
get
can
Chris
get
Godwin.
open.
He
He has
has
hands.
issues though.
I
He's
think
more
you
of a
go
slot
get
receiver,
Chris
though.
Godwin. You could go get Chris Godwin.
I mean, you have Rasheed Rice on the outside, put McColl on the outside, and let him.
let me ask y'all a
Travis Kelce,
question,
Chris
though.
Godwin run in between.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let's just humor me here. Knowing what we know now about Will Levis in his debut, did the Titans trade too early? Trade Kenny Byard and company too early?
Yeah, they did.
Because the Titans,
They did.
did they trade? Did they
They did.
trade too
No,
early?
they did
Did they
not.
trade too
A
early?
couple of
Because
guys,
could they potentially still make some noise
Who they
in the
competing
AFC? You gotta remember the AFC South. Come on, guys. We know how close this thing is. Obviously, we know the
saying,
Jags.
y'all
The Jags are
believe
gonna
in
get
Jaguars?
out.
The Jags are
Wow.
2 games ahead of everybody.
Nah,
Early,
Jags are
early.
sitting until the
Why?
Jags are ahead of
Nah,
everybody.
The Titans still can
All
make
I
the
know is when
playoffs. The Titans still can make the playoffs.
DeAndre Hopkins getting the ball. Oh, it's a whole different ball.
Look,
right now.
with these
Hey, and I
quarterbacks,
ain't
you
gonna
guys
lie
start
to you. I
reacting one
can't wait
way
to see
double
your
time.
brother tonight. I
Somebody give
cannot
him
wait
the
to see your
ball.
brother tonight. He owed D Hop some apologies, talking about he can't run and all of
he's
that.
washed.
He
Oh,
was
yeah.
violent.
That
D-Hop.
just showed
Yeah,
me
D
you ain't
Hopkins.
no quarterback.
Nah,
Go ahead,
I'll
Trent.
If you can get DeAndre Hopkins the ball, Trent finna, not Trent, but your boy finna eat. Derrick Henry finna eat.
Hey, facts. But hold on.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, JR, the only reason I say we got to push back on that because it's only one game. Like teams ain't
Yo,
lose
but
one.
4
And he was
touchdowns.
bugging. He was tweaking.
No, but I'm saying if you want turn that tape on, bro. That wasn't like that wasn't like no regular debut, gang. I ain't gonna lie, that was.
I understand, but he just pulled up. Nobody has any NFL
Bro,
tape on
that
him.
was
He's
as
going back
good.
to how he
I'm gonna be
played in
honest. That was as
college.
good as a debut I've seen since Cam Newton's debut, bro. No bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. As good as a debut.
40-yard passes. You know the last time Davante Hopkins caught a 40-yard ball?
Once again, like
So
Trent says, let's see how he does after a defense has a week to game plan against him.
It's Thursday night this week.
And he's
The
playing
NFL might be doing.
and he's playing the Steelers in
Pittsburgh. Crazy, bro.
That's a loss. That's a loss right there.
The
That's a
Tennessee
loss for
Titans
them.
at Pittsburgh.
Yes, it's at Pittsburgh.
What?
It's up for grabs. It's up for grabs.
I want to see more Will Levis. We got to see more Will Levis.
I don't even know if Kenny Pickett is better than Will Levis.
I never said that. I never said Kenny Pickett's better than Will Levis.
All I know is if the Titans can get up and let Derrick Henry finish the game, it's gonna be a problem for anybody.
All I can say is now more than ever.
That's
Now
what the Titans have been
you've
for a
seen
while.
Will Levis' ability to throw the football downfield, now that you've seen his ability to throw the football downfield,
not just
Derrick Henry is back in the mix.
That was an offense.
Derrick Henry's run game for the Titans is back lit.
That's your pass.
Look, DeAndre Hopkins was wide open in a lot of those throws. Like I want to say, Hopkins was
always wide open. He
wide open.
Terrell, I haven't seen Terrell play that bad in a while. Where it was like Hopkins was repeatedly getting behind him.
Yeah, it was
DeAndre
crazy.
Hopkins, bro.
Repeatedly. And
So
AJ Terrell's a good corner.
Get open.
So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think this isn't a so should I go off the radar and should I pull a Brock Purdy? This is the next coming of John Elway. This is the next John Elway.
That's the way they were talking about Purdy. That's the way.
This is the new age Ben Roethlisberger. Should I do that early?
Hey, say his name, Jalen. His name is early. Say his name.
This is the new John Elway.
Y'all were ready to crown him real early.
No, he was ready to crown him.
The Brock Purdy and Will Levis situation are completely different. But I see what you're trying to say. I will say this.
Will was always.
I know.
Purdy wasn't as good.
But Will Levis
I don't know why Will didn't get no love.
is someone that I thought like it could be interesting to see what it got in the game. I was never sold out on Will Levis because I want to see what you do when you get on the field.
Bro, me and Trent. Oh man, then we gave him a hard time going.
Yeah, y'all definitely had different opinions.
Yeah, I had a whole different opinion.
To kind of push back a little
I watched
bit.
the tape, bro. It was really He was not good in the SEC, bro.
Yeah,
but he definitely has the ability to throw the ball, which we seen
happened.
Again.
Happened.
Oh, you thought Will Levis was good in college?
Yes. I thought he was high in college.
Nah, he was mid at best at Kentucky. He was mid at best. I've watched Will Levis play. Hold on, wait.
I wasn't watching.
I watched Will Levis play at Kentucky. To say that he was good is an overstatement. He was mid at best. I would put him
mid at best, bro.
He was mid. He was on the Kentucky offense that had nothing to do with him.
The arm talent is definitely there. I'll give him that.
The arm talent is more than there, bro.
Yeah, I guarantee though the Falcons probably had a defensive scheme that they're going to play up on the Titans, which they did, not expecting over the top plays, which did happen against the Falcons.
When's the last time the Titans even had a deep ball offense?
Speaking of that,
y'all got to be careful with the college shit because a lot of them college players don't be having things.
I agree.
Like he don't play for Alabama.
I agree.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. But he also was terrible with the football in college. He had a lot of interceptions in college. I understand what you're saying. I understood the arm talent. I understand the arm talent, and I ain't gonna lie. Mike Vrabel put it on full display for the world to see.
Man, he let that thing go.
He was letting that thing fly and not like underthrowing it like it is in the Brad Bass.
Right in his hands, bro. DeAndre was eating, bro.
When was the last time the Titans had a deep ball offense? When was the last time?
I ain't seen it in a while.
I haven't seen it in a while, like 10 years.
Like legitimately a decade. Like legitimately breaking
almost a decade since I've seen when I was able to use the deep.
Just to bring up one point from that game, like they played the Falcons, right?
Yeah.
Bro,
yes.
Did y'all see in the red zone? They ran like a trick play to Jonnu Wilson to throw to the third string tight end. And
that was disgusting, bro. I did not know what I was looking at.
I didn't know what I was looking at either. It was just like,
that's a joke.
Why are you running that play?
Straight just be pissing me off when he calls certain plays. Not gonna lie, he straight be. But Taylor Heineke is looking like he's better than Desmond Ritter.
That's
I
not
told
saying
y'all.
much. That's not saying much.
I
told
know.
y'all.
Would you start
Desmond
Taylor?
Ritter.
Okay, my question to everybody here.
Yes,
Would you
yes,
start-
yes.
Start
Duh,
Taylor.
hell,
Everybody would
Taylor.
start Taylor Heineke for the rest of the
Yes,
season.
Immediately
yes.
he gets in the game and the offense has juice.
He got that
Immediately
dog
once he
in him.
steps in the game. The offense has
But
juice.
he
All
should
of a
not
sudden
be
they're
the
going
quarterback
downfield
going
more.
forward, though. He should not be the
He should not.
future of the
Agreed. He
team.
should not. He should
Terrible.
not be
They're
the
both
future.
terrible.
They're not both. He's not very good either. I mean,
He's not very
he's
good.
better
but you
than.
just
Listen,
You want to give him
I
time to
say
develop? You don't want to give him
go
time to
get
develop?
they're
Kyler
giving him so
Murray.
much
Nah,
time.
Desmond
Go
Ritter
get
is
Justin
Jalen.
Fields, bro.
I mean,
Oh,
Come
speaking
on.
of Kyler Murray, they're saying that Kyler Murray might play this season.
No,
On the
we shouldn't
Cardinals.
do that.
No,
That's
go
not
get
happening.
Marvin
I
Harrison.
said
that tank
Jr.
going,
Get
bro.
Marvin
Keep
Harrison.
that tank
I wanna see
going.
what it's gonna look like.
Keep that tank
Yeah,
going.
you don't
Trade
think
Kyler.
Ritter
Bro,
deserves at
if
least
y'all
a full
haven't been
season?
watching Marvin Harrison right now, he's balling. He's had like 4 straight 100-yard games.
And I just want to say
The
this,
Cardinals.
Trent. Y'all better put some Heisman respect on Marvin Harrison.
Yes, sir. That's what I was about to
Put some
say.
Heisman
Put some
respect in
respect.
his
This
name,
man has
bro.
been balling out.
That ain't how that work. That ain't how that work. That ain't how
The
that
reason
work.
why I can't
That
jack
ain't
Oh,
that.
you're about to cap. You about to
That
cap.
work.
And you about to blow mine.
It's
Oh,
a
well,
quarterback
Jamie-
award.
Jamie
It's a quarterback
Heisman
award.
Nah.
J-Rock.
Devontae Smith won a
Devontae
Smith? Yeah.
What is
Stop
he?
it, Jalen is a
Alabama.
Heisman is a quarterback award. I seen
Okay.
running backs. My whole
reason
life,
why-
I seen running backs, wideouts, and
Okay,
quarterbacks.
but there
win
you
that
go,
award.
J-Rock.
Stop.
J-Rock. I gotta see more. I gotta see more because he's not even leading the nation in receiving yet.
But hold on, though. Hold on.
I
though.
agree. I
In
just
the,
think
I
even
it's the
understand
way.
that. In the last, have you, in the games, the only reason that they come McCord is sneaking out of these games alive is because he's throwing to number 18, and 18 is the most
Right. But here's the
unguardable
thing,
weapon in
You
football.
gotta look at
Bro,
you gotta look-
Kalen King, for those who don't know, against
he got-
Penn State, Kalen King
top
is going to
200
be a
draft.
first-round draft pick in this year's draft out of Penn State. Marvin
agree.
Harrison had his way with this young man. It
All I'm
wasn't
saying is-
right.
All I'm saying is, J-Rob, is that you still gotta look at Bo.
No, you said
gotta look
Marvin
at
Harrison
Bo.
was what?
You still gotta look
Right
at
now,
Jalen.
Marvin-
Football?
Like that's gonna be so.
Did you not watch the Penn State game?
No, but what
Yeah,
did you say he
he
wasn't
walked-
football?
Huh?
He's the,
What did
Are
J-Rob
you asking
he's
say
the
about
best
Harrison in football?
weapon. He's the best weapon in football.
No,
Probably
the
right
best
about
weapon in
that.
football might be number 11 for the Eagles. Because my goodness.
No, he's talking
We're
about
talking about college.
Talking
bro.
about college.
It's not, but there's
But
no,
actually,
no,
yes.
not-
Matter of fact, but we're not doing college football anyway. This is for another
That's what
show.
I'm
But I'm
saying.
glad you brought that up because MJ's here. MJ, there's a debate that's been going on for a long time. I'm happy Early brought this up.
Let's do it.
Because this is on my topic sheet. So I've been wanting to get to this. It's on the list. And I'm happy Trent's here because he pushed back. Is it time to concede that Arthur Juan Brown is a top 3 receiver in the game right now?
behind Justin Jefferson. And
Okay, so wait, hold on, wait. That's not the debate though, J-Rob.
Yes.
I think it changed. I think it's changing right now.
AJ Brown,
now.
bro. Hold on.
I'll say it.
Wait, hold on.
Right
AJ
now.
Brown
Right
now.
is 2 wide receivers right now in the discussion.
You're talking about
Is
right now.
AJ Brown is Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's what
I'm not even mad if you saying Tyreek Hill is better right now.
Wait,
But
Yeah, well,
Tyreek
Jefferson
Hill's
hurt,
better
Jefferson
than
hurt.
it's not even a
It's
Wait,
AJ
wait,
number
that's
2.
why-
Tyreek's the best receiver in the league right now.
Jamar Chase is better. Stop it.
Let me-
Stop
wait,
it.
wait,
AJ
let me-
Brown's close.
Nah,
Not
nah,
right now. Not right now. Nah.
Not right now.
No.
Not right now.
If we're looking at it from a playing perspective, I don't. Wait,
Hold on, let MJ go first.
The reason why I have AJ Brown as number 2, the Tyreek Hill, that's a different breed. So he's so explosive. His run after the catch is
He ain't even a
ridiculous.
receiver. He's just a
But
weapon.
AJ Brown's
Yeah.
physicality, there's not a wide receiver right now that is as physical and as gifted as AJ Brown right now. That
DK
first,
Metcalf just
that
ended
first
his
touchdown, I don't know if y'all watched the Commanders game because it might not be on everybody's, but that
Bro.
first touchdown,
Yo, he's different.
like it was ridiculous. And we can't slight this guy. 6 straight games has over 125 receiving yards.
125, not
And then
100,
people-
125.
People was upset. He's mad at Jalen Hurts because he hasn't gotten the ball. If I was him, I'd be mad too. Give me the ball.
I'm dunking on
always
everybody.
open. I'm always open.
Okay, so great.
I just throw it up to him.
Wait, time out. Can I ask something? Wait, J-Rob, are we arguing who's the best, like top 3 right now? Because that's the
Right
case.
now, we're talking about right now.
That's not. I would never. That's not what I'm.
I'm talking about currently right
Oh,
now.
if you're talking about right now,
yeah.
I would never dispute that. He's playing like a
Yeah.
top 1, top 2 receiver. But I'm talking about just overall. Yeah, I don't think he's there. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's.
But if we're talking about overall, the one thing that
right now, I think right now he's entered the chat. AJ Brown has entered the conversation, bro. He's sitting at the table.
Look, I get it. The
That's
production
what
is
I'm
amazing,
saying,
bro.
bro. That's
Bro,
why
and
I
I'm
thought,
not
like,
gonna lie,
AJ
he's
Brown-
better than Jamar Chase right now.
That's
bro.
crazy.
I think
If
they're
you
all
want to say right, if you want to say
As
Right
AJ
now,
Brown,
if I had
Bro,
to pick between the
and
two,
Jamar Chase.
listen, I'm gonna tell you right now.
right now,
I'm gonna tell you right now, based on what I've seen, from what I've seen right now, AJ Brown is bigger, he's stronger, he's better after the catch right now. I mean, I think he might be better contested catches right now. I mean, 125 yards a game is
that's why
incredible.
that's what I'm saying,
bro.
It's Madden, bro.
Early,
Brown is Brandon Marshall.
No,
Andre Johnson, bro.
he's not Brandon Marshall. He's Terrell
Line up
Owens.
against your best
He's-
guy.
Yeah, see, this
Oh.
what now you're doing what early did with Brock Purdy.
I'm
Now you're
not.
doing what Brock early did with
I'm
Brock
not.
Purdy. You disrespect the
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Stop.
This is crazy.
Yo, it's crazy, Jalen, because you are the biggest stat merchant up here. And I can go. And so as somebody who's the biggest stat merchant, biggest stat merchant, AJ Brown is putting up Terrell Owens like numbers week in, week out. And I'm talking about the reason why I'm comparing him to T.O. If you look at the bodies, the size, the explosiveness.
You think as a receiver,
DK is T.O.
Because I'm talking about T.O. How the physicality of AJ Brown is different, bro.
All I'm saying is,
I'm saying
You watch Andre Johnson?
He looks like T.O. to me. I like Andre Johnson, but he's more talented than Andre Johnson. AJ Brown's gonna go down as a better receiver than Andre Johnson.
Yes.
The next level above Andre Johnson is T.O. I think AJ Brown is closer to that.
Yeah, what does he do better than?
I think he's faster than Andre Johnson. I think
you're lying. You just lied.
I don't care about faster. I don't care about faster.
I'm not lying, bro. I'm not lying, bro.
Andre Johnson ran a 4.42.
Okay, wait. What else? What else?
I think AJ Brown is just as physical as Andre Johnson. I think there's equal there. I think that's equal. Okay, but I think when it comes to contested catching, I think right now,
it's not.
For me, I just think right now it's AJ.
You niggas is young. Don't know.
Andre was nice. Andre was nice.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Early. Please don't ever tell me I'm tripping. You compared a quarterback of 7 games to Tom Brady, gang. You stop it. I'm not tripping for this. AJ Brown is doing what Brock Purdy wasn't doing. This man is putting up.
Purdy, man, you hate now.
Nah, I'm not hating, bro. But you're not going to tell me I'm tripping. How you going to tell me I'm tripping? This man went out there and dunked on 2 people on national TV.
So have you not watched Andre Johnson?
I'm not saying Andre Johnson's not one of them ones. I didn't say
when
he wasn't.
not dunk on niggas. And he played with his
squad. All I'm saying is I'm watching AJ do it.
He played with Matt Swab.
Yeah, I've watched AJ do it every single day. AJ's doing it once a week. It's a poster a week.
Early. Let's not sit here and pretend like Ryan Tannehill is setting the world on fire.
I'm comparing AJ Brown to these dudes based off this.
But here's the thing, though, Brandon. That was his whole career down there.
You act like he wasn't doing it last year. He was bugging last year, and he's following it up, doing it even worse this year.
Hey, this is what I'm saying.
This year than he was last year, 125 a night.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
This is what I'm saying.
With a catch a night is touch, yo.
He's playing like a top 2 receiver.
He is. Thank you, Trent.
Yes, I already did. That's what I was never.
I'm not saying he's T.O. right now. That he got.
I just don't think he's a top 5 receiver when we're talking about in general. He's for sure.
Oh, now right now, based off his physical,
you're saying right now,
a bad quarterback, Andre Johnson put up 350.
Bro, we don't gotta have.
I just don't like the right now conversation. I don't like the right now.
We don't gotta have this on
AJ Brown was eating with Ryan Tannehill. Shut up, bro. Like, stop.
I mean, they're both top tier receivers.
Yeah, like, stop it.
We're just picking airs. My thing with the AJ Brown conversation,
and AJ Brown, I don't even like Brandon Cass, but after the catch, AJ Brown and Andre Johnson is not close. So
I give you that. But
it's
AJ Brown right now.
I said Brandon Marshall, Andre Johnson.
He's better after the catch than Brandon Marshall too, bro.
Have y'all ever seen Brandon Marshall?
He was my quarterback. I mean, my receiver.
Hey, wait, Jalen said
he's not better than.
Shut up, bro. He was my quarterback.
I think he's better than Brandon Marshall.
Shut up.
Okay,
Brandon Marshall every Sunday.
We understand AJ Brown is like that, but I do want to enter the big conversation in terms of overall more so than now, because right now Tyreek Hill, AJ Brown playing the best. Jefferson's injured. The Raiders' offense sucks. So like it's really fine. The overall conversation is more interesting because I've always said AJ Brown and Stephon Diggs are on the same tier, and I've stood on that ground for a while now.
Mhm.
And right now, I mean, I have Jamar Chase in the same tiers too. So if we're talking about after this season, if AJ Brown keeps up what he's keeping up, where are we putting AJ Brown in the overall conversation?
This is where you but this is where you lose me though, because
He's over Diggs.
if Stephon Diggs,
He's
keep
over
doing
Diggs
Over
right now.
Diggs.
Yeah, he's over Diggs right
Over
now.
Diggs.
Gotta be.
Okay,
Gotta
yeah.
be.
If you want to say right now, but he's not better receiving than Diggs.
So
If
look,
I was
right
do
now,
my-
I don't.
Why
like,
not?
I-
I was
after
like, why
this
not?
season,
Yeah, why
He's
not,
not better
bro?
receiving than Diggs at all.
Yeah,
Like, that's not
yeah,
even,
I don't.
he
I
is.
don't
Yeah,
agree.
He might be.
Like,
what is he
I don't
better than
agree
that?
with that. Yeah, I
What
don't
are
agree
you
with
going
that.
to really talk about that's going to really put
He's
him
better.
in
He's a
the-
better contested catcher than him right
Facts.
now.
And
Better
Diggs is more
contested catcher.
short-handed.
better after
He's
the
a
game.
better.
I'm not
He's
gonna
better
lie.
after catching. I like Diggs. Don't get me wrong. Diggs is my
Yeah,
guy.
he's
Diggs
better.
is
The
top
only thing you
5.
can really argue for
But
real is contested catching
The
and
reason,
gap.
only reason I'm putting
Only thing you
AJ
can argue
Brown
for
over
Stephon
Diggs
Diggs
is
is route
AJ
running.
Brown is literally a
I'm taking
freak of
blood over
nature.
everybody.
He's a freak of nature, bro. Like he's a freak
Yeah, he's
of
a freak
nature.
of
If
nature, but I don't think
you
he's
take
better.
Diggs, I won't be mad at you. But I think right now I
will.
might. I'm splitting hairs, bro. I think they're
That's why I
both
say
in
they're the same
round.
tier. It's
the
a
same.
conversation.
This is really like
I
really.
think AJ
This is
pulled
really
away.
just a nod at both of their
AJ
talent,
pulled
bro.
away. Oh, I'm trying
I
to
think
get it.
AJ cooking, but we jumping the gun though.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
wanna
jumping
wait.
the
That's what I
gun.
personally think.
You're not
Yeah,
jumping the gun. He did
You
it
just
last
said he was
year.
better than Brandon Marshall.
He did do it last year. He did it
I
last
didn't
year.
say that. I
100
didn't say
yards.
that.
You did say he was better than
No.
Andre Johnson. And when we asked you, what
I
was he
said
better at?
I'm not. I said he is not Brandon Marshall as a player. I would not
He's talking
compare him
about
to
his
Brandon
comp.
Marshall.
Like,
I'm talking
he's
about the
not talking
comp.
about
You're not
skill,
even
bro.
listening. You assuming. Not even hearing me at all.
I think at
Go
the end
ahead.
of the season, if AJ Brown continues to do what he did, obviously not sustainable. If he ends up with 1,600 yards, couple touchdowns, play the way he does, 100%, I'm going to start putting in the conversation
do
with
it
Jamar
for-
Chase.
Bro, he's
Justin
going
Jefferson.
to
He has a
get like
sample size.
1,800,
He has a
bro.
sample size. I just want to wait because right now
He's
he's the
gonna get
great
like
one, without a doubt.
1,800.
The Eagles are using him well.
But
He's
what
making
else does
amazing
AJ? What else does Arthur Juan have to do for you to see it?
Yeah, I think
Just
more
more, just more
right now.
games.
Because I ain't gonna lie, more games.
games.
I'm gonna be real.
More
I'm gonna be
games.
real, gang. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He came into the league in 2019.
And
A
a bad quarterback.
rack in 2019. A rack 8 touchdowns in 2019.
Rookie of the
2020.
year,
A rack 11 touchdowns. The year after,
Get a down year.
2021, down year, 800, 5 touchdowns. Eagles last year, 1,511 touchdowns. What more do you
He's
need?
surpassing. He's surpassing last
What
year.
more do you need?
First
to
real
see?
Super Bowl.
Right now, hold on, right now, hold on,
Last year,
and right
bro.
now, hold on, and right now, with 8 games played, with 8 games played, he is 939, 5 touchdowns,
He's getting
15 yards.
1,800.
What else do you need to see?
Okay,
Hold on, this
J-Rock,
question is for Jalen. Hold on, can Jalen answer my question first?
Yeah,
Jay?
yeah.
What else do you need to see from him? Please tell me what else. You
I
need.
see.
I'm curious for real.
Look again.
Because it can't be production. It can't be
No,
production.
so what I said, production for the rest of the season. So if he does this, if he finishes the
Consistency?
season,
Are you?
the rest of
are
no,
you
he has, I
dumb?
get it. He's at
Are
what
you
6, 7?
dumb?
I get it. He's at plenty of straight games,
Consistency?
120 plus.
What was I just reading early?
Yes,
From
that's
2019 to
fine. But
what was
let's
I
wait
just
till the whole
reading?
season. Let's wait till the whole
Consistency.
season. Let's wait till the whole
Actually,
Y'all
season.
moving
Let's see what
goalposts now,
defense. Hold
bro.
on. Let's see what defenses start doubling
But you
your
talking
board.
about
Consistency?
now we was putting him
Yes.
on
J-Rock,
our
ask you a
game.
simple
He
question.
got
Every
130 yards on the
J-Rock,
Jets
I asked
defense,
you a
who have
simple-
one of the best defenses in the
J-Rock, I
NFL.
asked you a simple question.
100%. He's been producing.
I wanna
And
have
I give Chase a lot of
That's
credit,
why I'm
but
doing it again.
I'm not even trying to hate. But all I just want y'all to do is put him in the same round, and it shouldn't be a debate no more.
J-Rock, can I ask you something?
Put him in the conversation.
Because I don't feel like arguing the yellow. I just want to ask you a simple question. Because I think we're probably going to ask. So, do you think that AJ Brown, like as a player, changed from last year to this year?
I think he's.
Yes.
I think he definitely
Yes.
stepped up.
Yes.
What
He-
changed?
It's another level.
So
Another
what do
level.
you mean? What changed? What do you mean?
I
What
think
changed?
I'm talking about the same exact wide receiver. Like he didn't. I'm saying like with hands.
What got better?
routes.
Hey, Trent, I think
He
like
got the
this
same
year they need
players
him
last
more than they did last year.
That's one. Two.
I
I think
think
he's
you
been.
can get more.
I think
You
he's
can
been
get
more
more
clutch
in this
than
team.
ever. I think in terms of being able to throw in traffic to him, I think he's better this year than he was last year. I think his
Is that just him
Bro,
and Jalen
bro,
Hurts
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
better?
The reason why I say and,
connection?
the reason
I
why I
don't
say
wanna hear
and
that,
because AJ Brees contested catching has always been like that. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm
Even
saying.
when he
That's
was
what
with
I'm
Tennessee.
saying.
bro, you just
I
man,
feel
you
you,
just
but-
hopping on whatever Trent says, bro.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm
your
thinking
points have
about
not
it.
even made no
Doing
sense.
now?
First of all, you
that
because
what
first of all, you
doing?
came
You
up
got-
here because
Hey,
you haven't even made no
hold on,
real
I'm
point.
asking
First of when you
me.
came up
You
here.
got some
You came up here and said the way he had to be a better receiver was through consistency.
I just think that
he's been nothing but consistent.
Getting more. To me, I just think that he's getting more recognition.
I could understand if you have Chase over him just because Chase was in the league for a shorter amment of time. First year in the league, 1,400 yards. So I can understand all. I can understand that.
Jefferson.
I just personally think that if you didn't
Jefferson, I can understand.
I just personally think this is the last thing I'll say.
Crazy, my guy.
This is the last thing I'll say.
If I say the same as AJ Brown, I don't think Diggs has changed as much as a receiver.
That's what I'm saying. If you didn't have the conversation last year, I don't think it should be a conversation this year.
But we had a conversation last year, though. Remember, I said I think AJ Brown is closer to Chase than y'all want to.
I'm talking about Diggs. That's what we be talking about. We talking about.
Well, Diggs was top 5. I said Diggs and Chase were top 5. It's the same round. Top 5 receivers. If I said he's closer to Chase than y'all act like he is last year, that means I think he's close in that top 5 based on what I've seen. I think this year. If
Diggs been putting up 1,000 yards.
If he's more productive,
Diggs been putting up 1,000 yard receiving years for the last 6 years. So okay,
to me, Tyreek
AJ Brown asked you.
Early, you going left. All I'm saying
is
going
absolute left
because AJ Brown is tweaking. Stephon Diggs and Buffalo also tweaking too. He tweaking.
No, Diggs is still nice.
He is tweaking.
I rock with Diggs heavy, bro. I want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know we talking about like the 5 best guys in football. Yeah, I know that, right? We not disrespecting none of these guys. We are splitting.
Going off of Trent. You know I don't like Trent. No, fuck with you.
Nah, you was going over Trent because that last thing about consistency. I don't even know why you would say that.
No, when I mean consistency,
that's a dumb argument.
Is this, dog? The greats giving you 100 yards a game, damn near every game.
Huh?
I'm just saying, like
AJ Brown been doing that too for basically this season.
So is AJ Brown though.
Yeah, AJ Brown doing that. So chill out. So all I'm saying is that he's been cooking for the last 3 or 4 weeks. Don't look at the week 13 to 14 and he got 50-yard game, 70-yard.
AJ Brown not gonna have that.
And Stephon Diggs didn't have that just recently.
What are we talking about? Every game.
Tyreek
We never said he was better than Tyreek. I think first of all, this is why you're not listening. Everybody up here has conceded Tyreek is number 1.
How am I not listening to you when you said I was wrong about consistency?
Who said he was on Tariq's level? We all cleared Tariq as 1.
I said consistency, and you said I'm tripping. I'm just explaining.
Okay, AJ Brown been consistent.
Early. Why? Wait, time out. Yeah, why? I hate when y'all use the consistency argument because you gonna start dying on it. Because if you want to talk about consistency, that means Mike Evans is top 5 then still. You think Mike Evans is top 5 receiver?
Mike Evans' peak isn't as high. Like at his best, he ain't putting up the numbers as like Justin Jefferson.
But Mike Evans been top 10 for like 7 years.
Okay, but he ain't not now. What I'm saying is, if you still think he's top 10, or he's in that realm, if you always talking about consistency, he always has to be there because he's getting the K every year. Is he not?
He's been top 10.
Yeah, I mean, getting a K every year is fine. But getting 1,500, 14, 1,600 yards with some of these guys is different.
That's a Hall of Famer right there.
He's a Hall of Famer. Mike Evans is a Hall of Famer.
That played for the Saints. It don't matter.
Mike Evans is not top 10 right now. That's the point.
He might be like 10. He might be like 10 or 9.
Exactly.
He might need to make a list.
Hell no.
10 or 9.
Where is it? Hold on. Early. Name your top 10 receivers.
When a receiver don't have a quarterback, y'all size the guys.
Early. Name your top 10 receivers.
But say that again. Say that again.
Y'all do that thing where also when receivers don't have a quarterback, y'all slide them off the list. Y'all do that bullshit.
Tell me the quarterback still on the list.
Tell me.
Tell me the quarterback. Tell me the receiver.
How many of us we talking about Davante Hopkins? How many of us
talking about? He gets paid for that. What are you talking about?
J-Rob,
have you not been glazing Davante Adams all season?
Bro, majority of us still was rocking with G-Hop.
Because Davante been still putting up numbers.
Yes, that's why he's still
not as well as some other receivers, but he's still that guy.
Yo, and at the end of the day, we still know who Davante is, but right now his situation is bad.
A nigga like Mike Evans will put up 1,100 yards with Baker Mayfield. Like, dog, what you think he'd do with Jalen Hurts? He'd be 1,400 yards every day. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's not as good as AJ Brown right now.
AJ been helping out Hurts, and I'm a Hurts guy, but AJ has been helping out Hurts.
Okay, wait.
For instance, no. Early.
System when
early.
you have a decent defense, you have a running game, you got a number 2 receiver who also had 100 yards. That shit matter, y'all.
Chris Godwin is good
It
too.
matter, y'all.
Chris Godwin is
Early.
good too. What are you talking about?
Early.
What are you
Even
talking about?
when Mike Evans played with Tom Brady, he was a touchdown machine, not a yardage machine. That's what he was. He's a dominant red zone threat. I think he almost had how many? He was.
He
We're
had like
talking when
15
Brady was there. He had 12, 11, like over double
he barely
digit
gets 1,000
touchdowns.
yards every year. He's like
He
right
barely
at
gets
1,000.
1,000 yards.
He barely gets 1,000 every year.
2000. The year they won.
He
He
puts up
needed
1,000
that last game
TDs
against the
even when,
Falcons to get 1,000 yards. Like,
Okay, this will end the conversation because you brought up consistency. This will end the conversation. Mike Evans or CeeDee Lamb?
Come on, man. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah, exactly though.
Don't do that to
Exactly
yourself.
though.
Exactly my point.
though.
I don't
That's
fucking know.
exactly my
Stop it,
point.
dog.
Mike Evans.
No, answer the
Hey,
question.
yo, what
Answer the
are y'all
question.
seeing CeeDee Lamb, dog?
So who do you pick?
Who do you pick? Mike Evans.
Who do you pick?
CeeDee Lamb is way better than Mike Evans.
Wait.
TD is top 10 better
You
than
think
Mike
you
Evans.
think Mike Evans better than
Better
CeeDee
than Mike
Lamb?
Evans.
I'm not a fan of CeeDee
What are you
Lamb.
talking about? He's
you're
way
not,
better
wait.
Let him
Wait,
in. Let him
wait,
in.
wait.
Early, you think Mike Evans is better than
Hey,
CeeDee
I
Lamb?
ain't gonna lie.
That's crazy after what you
Early, I'll say that though. I don't think there's
I want
Early, I'll say
CeeDee
this
to get
though.
one-on-one
Early,
top corner coverage
early.
and disappear.
Early, I will say this early. There's no debate. There should be no debate that CeeDee Lamb is better than Ayuk though.
No debate.
There should be no debate at this point.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
Should be no
Brady
debate at
ain't
this
been
point.
Baby Brady ain't been playing like Baby Brady lately, so I don't know.
Bro, did you see? Hey,
We gotta
Gerald,
come
I was
back.
right about that. Yeah.
We
To
got
the Rams?
A buck 62. Bro, City is like that.
Come on,
Did
see
we
that's like that,
give
bro.
the Bengals their respect?
If it wasn't for
Against
AJ
who?
Brown, he'd
Against
be the
who?
best
Against
receiver in the
who?
division.
The Rams?
I don't want to hear that because when AJ Brown was bugging against random, we still giving him praise. Don't want to do that for CD now. Shut up. I don't want to hear that.
Hold on, did we give the Bengals their proper respect?
Now
By
we
the way,
talking CD and AJ? Come on, Trent.
did we give the
Hey, I don't wanna hear that.
we wait till tomorrow? J-Rob?
You don't hear that from me.
Did we give the Bengals their proper respect? Or we wait until tomorrow?
We talking about the Bengals. We talked about them a little bit because I just wanted, everybody wanted to slander Joe Burrow, like comparing him to these mid-level quarterbacks.
We definitely can give them their love.
When he's in a different level to even be considered like that.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's a
agree.
good point. Honestly, for the beginning of the year, like I was one of those people who was like, bro, he can't throw the ball. This is not who the Bengals are.
Like he's
This is
hurt.
not
He's
Joe
too
Burrow.
hurt to
Bro
be
was
out there.
limping onto the field
Yeah.
day one. He limped
I kept that pretty consistent. And then afterwards, after they started winning some games, I was definitely one of those people that was saying the Bengals are going to rise back
Jerome,
up in
highlight
that contender
Andy's
tier.
comment.
The
Highlight
Bengals
Andy's
are going to
comment.
rise back up in that tier 1 tier, and the Bengals are going to make some noise in the AFC like they usually do.
Trent, read this
That's probably
comment.
what's going to happen.
Catching merchants was crazy,
I
bro.
forgot. I think he called a quarterback a passing
Throwing
merchant.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
He was
throwing
who was
merchants.
it on? It was on Gridiron, right? I couldn't believe it.
that was
Early,
crazy.
what the hell was that?
That was one of his worst ones right there.
Who I call catching
Yeah,
merchant?
I ain't gonna lie. Can I ask this question about the Bengals? Let me
That's
ask you
crazy
this:
stat.
Yeah.
Are they back as contenders?
Yes, they're still
That's what I
contenders.
just said. Yeah, the Bengals are a tier
For them
1.
to go
The
into
Chiefs
San
are vulnerable. The
Francisco.
Chiefs are vulnerable.
For
The
them to
Bengals have
go
the perfect offense to
into
attack their
San
defense.
Francisco, I don't care if they've been down and dominate them like that. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
100%.
They've been slowly making.
Let me ask you
The
this.
Bengals are coming back for
saying.
the last few
Let me
weeks.
ask y'all
to be
this.
honest.
Let me ask y'all this because
They ain't better than the Ravens, though.
It's
so
a
it don't
nasty
matter.
question.
That's
I'm
fact,
saying right
Early.
now.
The Ravens will own
I'm telling you
them.
this right now. It's a
Ravens
nasty
better,
question. It's a
They
nasty
play the
question.
Bills next week.
It's more that the
Big game.
is
Big
more that
game.
the
They're gonna beat the
Bengals
Bills.
is really back for show, or maybe the 49ers got a little bit too overhyped.
No, the
Yeah.
Bengals are
It could be a little bit of
Nah,
both.
they-
It could
It could be a little bit of both.
Yeah, a
I
little bit
think
of
both.
both. No
Well,
doubt.
look, I'll say this for the 49ers. The bye for them came at the right time.
Like this is who we
But
expect.
you know what
the
else,
Bengals
Trent?
to
It
be,
shows
a
you the
really good
difference in
offensive
quarter.
team.
It tells you the level between a real elite quarterback and a regular
Yes.
quarter and an average quarterback.
Yeah, just a more
That's-
mobile
that's
Jimmy G.
a
Hey, I'll say for the 49ers,
Hey,
the
Trent,
bye
what
came
kind
at the
of
right
controller
time
is
for
that?
them. They definitely need
Huh?
this bye for real to figure some stuff out before they go play. I think who they play. I think they play the Jacksonville after the bye.
Who,
So
the Bengals?
the
Yeah,
bye
yeah,
came
they
at the
got-
right time for
I
them.
ain't gonna lie, they could lose to the Jags. They could
The
lose
Jags
to
are
the
playing well
Jags.
too. They're playing some good
The
football.
Jags are
but-
for people forget. I know we get on the
Quietly,
Jags.
was it 5-2? Are they 5-2 now?
6-2.
The
6-2.
Jags are
6-2. Quietly 6-2.
I know we don't
Running
want
away
to
with the
talk.
division.
Yeah, I know we
Quiet
say the
6-2.
Jags don't really dominate anybody, but they 6-2 still, and that defense
Grinding
play
out.
well. And listen,
That's still
Trevor
a hard place
Lawrence-
to play.
Trevor
I
Lawrence
still
wins.
Don't believe it.
Trevor
though,
Lawrence
dog.
wins football
Don't
games.
believe
He
it,
makes the
though.
throws to win football games.
Hey, that's still a tough
he
place
does.
to play in
Listen,
Pittsburgh. I don't care if it was monsoon. That's a tough
facts,
place
facts.
for any
Are we gonna talk about-
young quarterback to come in and play.
Are we gonna talk about the 1 and 2 matchup, or is that for tomorrow? The number 2 quarterback versus number 1 quarterback, how that game went?
Oh, we could talk about that too.
Yeah,
obviously.
early. Wait, But it's early, gotta say.
Oh yeah, actually early because we got 9 minutes and I want to get to your Monday Night Football predictions. But yes, early.
About what?
Bryce Young and the Panthers.
Oh,
Let me tell you something.
Any apologies?
We won that game.
Early
No,
punch in
but
the air
listen.
for real.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Any apologies?
No, not even a little bit. I still would take CJ. What you
that's
talking about?
okay, that's fine.
Well, that's
You
fine.
said
Yeah,
we won our
taking CJ
first
over.
game.
said he was over Bryce Young.
Lottie goddamn down. We won our first game. That's nice.
Marvin Harrison
End
Jr.
of
to
the
the
day,
Panthers is loading.
I'm still not trusting Bryce Young. I'm not having that conversation. No, I'm still taking CJ Stroud over him. One play period.
Well, that's fine. I think a lot of people at this point would take CJ Stroud. I just want to go back to the way we rank quarterbacks and wide receivers. We understand some of these great guys like Davante Adams, Joe Burrow, when they got off to, when they have a rough stretch, suddenly people just start moving them down a list. I just think that's ridiculous when they have a couple of games, when they have a large sample size already that they're top 2 quarterback for sure. Joe Burrow's always been the second best quarterback. Well, I had him first for a couple of weeks, but that's another conversation. He's always been.
He was actually mine. He was actually mine.
Those 2 weeks till the Super Bowl, J-Rob, he was wild. I'm telling you.
At worst, he's the second best quarterback. Even when he was struggling, we understood why. We understood why. Yeah, 100%. I mean, at worst, he's the second best quarterback in the league. And
No,
even
at
Davante
worst,
Adams.
he's the third.
Even Davante Adams. Right now,
worst, he's the third. Because Lamar Jackson.
Stop it. Okay, you know what? I ain't even mad at that. I love Lamar. I ain't mad at that. But even back to Davante Adams. Davante Adams is still
Lamar Jackson might go to
he might
go to Super Bowl this year.
Hold on. Davante Adams is still top 5. You can make a case for
he's
Davante
top
Adams
3.
still top 300. You can make a case he's still the best wide receiver in the league.
Top 2.
I got
He
love
really
for
best in the
Tyreek.
league.
You can make a case he's the best wide receiver in the league still. Just because his quarterback play isn't as good as Tyreek's, isn't as good as AJ Brown's, isn't as good as Justin Jefferson when he was
I
there, or
said it
Jamar
before.
Chase.
Listen,
It's not his
Jay,
fault.
he goes to Kansas City.
It's over with. It's over with. It's over with.
It's
over with.
over.
It's over with. That's
What you talking
2,000 yards. That's
I
2,000
ain't gonna
yards.
lie, if Devontae,
Devontae Mahomes, that's 2,000 yards. That's 2,000 yards.
If Devontae slides to Kansas City before
that's
Tuesday
2000.
night,
That's Tom Brady.
Once again,
That'll be unfair.
the Raiders are not going to trade arguably the greatest receiver in the game today to their division rival.
Nah.
That would just
It's
be
not gonna
dumb.
happen.
That
They
would
would
be so
trade
dumb.
they would actually trade him
it's
to the
crazy.
Eagles
Y'all
before they
throwaway
traded him
receivers play
to.
for the damn-
They would trade him to the Eagles before they traded him in division, bro. The
Yeah,
Eagles
You
would
can't,
be-
the
Yeah,
Chiefs
wow.
can't afford Davante Adams.
Yeah, in division,
Yo, in division, you're not
In division
doing it.
is
You're not making a
crazy.
division.
no, in
team
division,
better.
you have to give up 2 first rounders. In division, it's like
Yeah, I'm
2 first
fleecing.
rounders.
If you want to trade me for a player
Something
in
crazy.
division, I gotta fleece you, bro.
Yeah, no doubt. You got 100%.
Because the owner already gonna curse me out. So I'm about to deal with a
Yeah,
lot
Mark
for
Davis
doing
cussing
this.
me out with a bowl
I
cut.
think
Crazy.
I
Right,
heard
Devontae
somewhere-
Davis, what the are you doing? Are you trying to get?
Facts.
I
So
think
it's like-
I heard somewhere that the
If Tom
Ravens
ran
tried to
the
get
team fully,
Davante
he would do
Adams
it.
for like 2 first-round picks, and the Raiders said no. That's
Two
what I
first
think I heard
rounders?
somewhere.
The Ravens wanted him. Yeah, the Ravens wanted.
Yeah, the
Devontae.
Ravens
wanted
him
did
for
go
like
after
2
him, yeah.
first.
Yeah, the
and they
Ravens
said
wanted
no.
Devontae.
Bro,
I
for
was
2
They
like,
first
still might go
quiet
get him
deadline,
though. They
isn't it?
still might go get him.
Wait,
What
And
was it?
I ain't gonna lie
Deadline.
though. You know there's
Paying no to
you know-
2 first is
Hey,
crazy.
you know
Yeah,
the
it's
interest.
crazy.
Hey, you know that
You
Mark,
ain't- you
that
listen.
Derrick Henry rumor about the
He's not getting
Ravens.
traded. No, Titans said no.
Oh, they said no. Oh,
They
okay.
ain't trading.
All right. Well, before we
You
got
see
about
what
four.
Will Levis did? Titans said we're back in the
Yeah,
game.
nah,
baby.
yeah, not today, baby. Yeah,
Fight
they
for
were
second
like,
place.
hey, early. They was like, if you would have hit us up, if you would have hit us up maybe 4 weeks ago, I might have rocked with you. But now after I seen Will Levis is quiet. But all right, game of the night, Raiders versus the Lions. I think this might be the first sweep on the press box in terms of where everybody predicts. Obviously not much to see here. I'm really just expecting a good bounce back game for Mr. Edge. Still one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the game, still put together an MVP-like year. And I think he'll put up some great numbers against the Raiders. Going to be a nice tune-up game for the Lions as they continue to make their way to the NFC. I'm honestly predicting, I think Dan Campbell wants to go out there and set the tone. I think people forgot. So I'm going 32-10 Detroit. Big game from Jahmyr Gibbs. Big game from J-Mo. J-Mo's getting into the end zone today. Riddell, what you think?
So yeah, this really is not going to be a competitive game. Raiders are terrible. Their record is misleading. They're just not a good team. The only way the Raiders can make this competitive is if Max Crosby can get in Jared Goff's face consistently and make Jared Goff make contested throws. That's the best they can do. Other than that,
Another guy somebody could use.
Jahmyr Gibbs could cook even
yeah.
without David Montgomery, and the Lions defense can hold down this very boring Raiders offense. So Yeah, I'm expecting like 28-7 maybe.
I think the Lions are about to be like the last time y'all saw us, we got embarrassed. And we about to shut a lot of shit down. Sorry, language. This is about to be a good old,
swear jar.
yeah, sorry. This is about to be a good old butt kicking tonight. I'm telling you, some frustrations coming out. I think Jimmy G's playing, so they about to embarrass Jimmy G. And I think in national football as another way to like reaffirm themselves in front of the country, like they about to embarrass the entire state of Nevada. Like I'm talking the Lions I'm talking like 38 points. I'm talking gonna be nice, a couple picks, maybe a pick six. They about to. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say 35-17 because they just scored late.
Y'all
I'm gonna be nice.
disrespecting
I'm
the
gonna be
Raiders.
nice.
Y'all
They're not
disrespecting the
good.
Raiders.
Yeah, I
The
think it's gonna be a
Raiders are
blowout.
bad, Jalen. What are we
They're
talking
bad.
about?
They're
The
bad.
Raiders, hold on. The
They're
Raiders have the fifth best pass defense in the league. They're giving up the fifth least yards.
Oh,
Jared
bad.
Goff is
Go ahead.
I'm telling you right now.
Bro, you
Get
are
off
a
Pro
stat
Football
merchant.
Reference.
Hey,
Get
shout
off
out-
Pro
You
shout out
gotta
Football
get off
Reference.
PFF, bro. You have to get off PFF.
This is why we win all our fantasy football leagues. This is why I stay winning. This is why I
Bro,
stay winning.
PFF is good for fantasy, but you gotta
Facts.
forget.
I'm saying, look,
But
it's a David Montgomery game.
but we're not playing fantasy. You gotta remember the human element, my brother.
I hear you.
Fantasy,
Yeah, we're not
it
sitting here
works.
acting like the
When you're
Bears
playing
just
fantasy in games, that works. But we're talking about the human element.
Jalen,
Not very
Jalen.
good football team.
I hear
Jalen,
you.
Wait,
we're
hold on,
gonna sit here and
wait,
pretend like the
Trent,
Bears
Trent,
didn't
Trent,
drop
go
30
ahead.
on them.
Trent,
We're
I
gonna
need
sit here
your
and pretend like the Bears
prediction.
didn't drop 30 on them with their backup quarterback.
Please run that
Yeah.
I need everybody. Yeah, I need
I
your
could be
predictions.
eBay right now and be on my head shit, but I'm gonna take the Lions. Probably like 28-10.
Jared Edge, what you think? He gonna show you something, or it's not gonna?
No, I
matter?
think it's gonna be a defense again.
Jared Edge might not even have a crazy game because they might.
Yeah,
be
Jimmy
cooking
G
the
is
run
garbage.
game.
So unless
Yeah,
unless Tate Adams start tweaking with him, hey,
I just want you to know if Jared Goff might have a 225, 2 TDs, calm night type game. Just so you know.
I can see that.
It could be one of them games. They're gonna get, go ahead, early thoughts on the game and quick.
I think it's gonna be a blowout. I mean, I don't really care who wins. I'm just 2 points away from being 7-1. I need Davante Adams to give me 2 points to win my fantasy this week. So I don't care who wins. Just get Davante Adams the ball and a loss.
I don't even throw him the
Random
ball
is
for real.
right. They are a terrible team, but not as terrible as the outfit Random is wearing. So go ahead.
We're not gonna do this again with your
No,
baby
not right.
formula,
Wait,
baby
go ahead,
poo
go ahead,
looking
go ahead.
butt, bro. Get out of here.
Go ahead, Jalen. Jalen, what do the numbers tell you?
I think it's going to be
What
more
do
of
the
a
numbers tell
slugfest. I think it's going to be kind of a
your
running game for
beard,
both
bruh.
teams. I got David Montgomery. I think will rush for 120 plus yards and a touchdown. But I think Jared Goff is going to stay for under.
I don't
200
think
yards.
David Montgomery's
I think
playing.
He's not
Yeah,
playing.
I think
Which-
he's still out.
So
He
if
might
it's still
be
if it's a
out.
running back by
Stats don't
committee,
tell you about that injury report, huh?
it don't matter though. They're so bad. I got to look it up. I got to adjust some lineups. But no, I think it'll be more of a slugfest. I think like 15-10 type of deal. I think the defense will hold up. I think the run game, 15-10. I think both quarterbacks.
Oh, so you want the wait? So Jalen, you want the Lions to be on fraud watch, huh? Okay, I like
No,
it.
I just Jared,
We
I
gotta
like
be
it after
realistic,
all.
Jalen.
Nah.
Both
My boys is not.
quarterbacks-
Nah,
both quarterbacks under 200 yards.
we're not
Both
about to be
quarterbacks
on
under
floor
200
watch. MJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to shake it up, say something different, but it's gonna be a blowout, bro. It's gonna be a blowout, bro. Like I say 35-13 Lions. Again, I feel like Dan Campbell is really gonna have his guys juiced up to be like, all right, you're on the national stage again. We got embarrassed last week. Let's go ahead and prove how great we are on Monday night.
Everyone has the Lions scoring 30.
Jalen,
All right, y'all.
Jalen,
All
the
right,
Raiders
now we gotta
let the
slide.
Bears
Make sure y'all
score
tune in
30
to
on
PC
them.
Footy. Make sure y'all tune in
Random
to
gotta be
PC
that
Footy
coin.
right after here and holla at us. Go make sure y'all go tap in with PC Footy.
Yeah. Lions favored by